welcome to the Tuesday night live sale question mark. Anyway, guys, I am here tonight. I am glad that you guys are jumping on and joining me. We are going to have fun no matter what we do, of course. And so we are at this weird period where I have an entirely new system and a very old system. That's honestly, the old system is just not the best way of doing things. And I found a new way of doing things, much better. However, it does take a little bit of a change. Not only we need some time to make that change, but also we need a little bit of like clearing up all the previous stuff that was sold with the old systems, the old way of building invoices, all of that kind of stuff. So that is why there is a question mark after selling today, because I'm not sure if we're going to sell or we're not going to sell. I will leave that up to you guys in the end. I did bring some things in here, but certainly not an entire live sale. I mean, I'm sure we can find enough stuff as you guys see behind me, but anyway, there's always stuff, but I wasn't sure if we should do it. If we do it, there will have to be some little changes with what we do tonight. I do want to do some testing with you all while you all are here. And as far as invoicing of previous stuff goes, with your permission, I would like to invoice everything that is here instead of just the 2-week period. I would like to invoice all 3 weeks that have been sold at this point altogether. I do understand you may not be expecting all 3 weeks on one invoice. If that creates a problem for anyone, just let me know. Just reach out to me and let me know, and we will work it out. But other than that, with your permission, I would like to invoice everything all together at once, completely clean out what is here that has been claimed, and then begin moving forward, hopefully next Tuesday. There is some stuff that can be instantly claimed, paid for tonight, and packed, and it's already packed. It can be claimed tonight. I have a whole selection of things that can be claimed tonight, invoiced tonight, shipped basically tonight. They're already packed. They will leave here in the morning as long as they are paid for. So if we sell, we could do things like that, but only that kind of category of stuff. I don't want to add to what we currently have in process, just because the previous 3 sales were all done, old system, old claims, old everything. Not going to get into it. It's just better to start fresh with the new one. But I didn't want it to be a complete waste of your time either. So I did bring some things in here. If you're worried about like, okay, well, what did she bring? Do I want to stay and hang out, or do I not want to? Because I know your guys' time. Leanne, I've just answered that, and I'm answering right now. I just wanted to bring some things in tonight that could be quickly done and processed. That means unpaid orders. So if you guys want to do unpaid orders that are at a discount price, we could do those. They are already packed. So even though I open them to show them to you, I'm probably just going to tape back up the envelope or mailer or whatever. It's okay, Leanne. I'm just in the middle of explaining it. I just want you guys to know there is like all of that information happening tonight. So that's happening. We have unpaid orders we could do. I have some random packs of Italian Florentine paper that were claimed and then canceled, or I canceled them for certain people. And so I have some canceled order Florentine paper packs tonight. So they're not things that you guys here picked out. They are things for people who are no longer with us, because I have chosen them to not be no longer here. So you guys following me there? Okay. So all of that can be done tonight. Plus there are some things that I can move through faster than other things. That doesn't really make a lot of sense to you guys. Anyway, if you choose, it's majority rule. So I will ask once people join, I will ask. People can jump on, they can claim those things. If they want selling tonight, you'll be able to vote for that. Whatever majority is wins. So if there's no selling tonight, that's fine too. If there's no selling tonight, then I'm just going to move forward with invoicing the 3 weeks, because I think most of you guys said 3 weeks is fine. I think it should be, but the only problem is some people, they need a little bit more time on that third week. If that is you, if that's your circumstance and you need a little bit more time on that third week, just reach out to me when you get your invoice and let me know. For this round and this round only, for everything that has been claimed in the previous 3 weeks and whatever is claimed tonight, it is going to be the same format of invoicing and the same, through Square, the invoice goes to your email, all the same standard stuff. And then for when we come back and we sell with all new system, I will give you guys all of those details and update that at that time. I understand. I'm laughing at Soldier Mom. I understand, there are changes, but changes are good sometimes, most of the time. I think changes here are good. Some life changes I would rather not have happen, right? But I think changes are good because it means we're growing, right? It also means that we are adapting here to what is happening with you guys and what you guys are wanting, trying to make more people happy, less unhappy people, all of that kind of stuff. So it's fear of missing out. Yep, Amy's got ya. So anyway, good things happening all the way around. I hope that you guys are having a good Tuesday. The video was uploaded at some point this morning. I think it was like 8:30, 9 o'clock my time when I did the video. It is a Book Page Tuesday video. We started Book Page Tuesday last week. I kind of asked you guys what you guys thought about doing one project a week that's made strictly, well, not strictly, it's made from book pages. So it gives us another way of using up all those book pages we all have. You guys love buying books. And I try to give you guys ideas of things that you guys can use the pages for, because at this point, most of you guys have a book from me, at least one. Some of you guys probably have more books than I have in my own personal collection of books. But so there's plenty of book pages, whether you got them here or you're getting them from like a library sale or whatever you're getting them from. There's plenty of books out there, plenty of book pages. And I think we're always looking for, well, what else can we do with them? And so on Tuesdays in the 365 series, I'm going to do Book Page Tuesday until I run out of ideas for book pages, I guess, which I don't know if that's ever going to happen, because basically anything you could do with a regular piece of paper, you could do with the book page. So anyway, we're going to do Book Page Tuesdays. I did a video today. It's the second one. Yesterday's video, what did I make yesterday? Oh, I made the gatefold thing yesterday. The gatefold thing with the closure. I had so many questions about that closure. It's kind of funny because like sometimes I think, just because my brain likes it doesn't mean everybody else's brain is going to think this is interesting or cool or anything like that. I really think some of the ideas that my brain comes up with, when I make the video, I kind of take a breath and prepare myself for, maybe people won't like this. Maybe people will think this is really dumb. And usually, luckily, you guys seem to like it. And I'm not trying to say no one else has ever done that. I have never seen anyone else do it that way or do that thing, the tab punch as a closure. Probably someone has. I'm not trying to say they haven't. I just say I've never seen it. So when I come up with an idea like that and I put it out there, I always think, you have to be prepared in the morning to wake up to, this sucks. This is the worst idea I've ever seen, like whatever, right? And so, a trip to Sacramento, hopefully. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Sometimes the mail does that. So back to what I'm saying. The video yesterday was good. You guys had a lot of questions about it. And so we could do a little bit of crafting tonight too. Like, I don't want to get too far into it, but we could do a little bit. If you guys wanted to see something in general, or if I could pull out, we're going to do it on Friday too. So I guess we should save that. But there's days where I feel like overcrafted, where I feel like, because I have filmed maybe 2 or 3 videos that day, I'm just like, my brain is just not feeling creative today or anymore. So I don't want to go overboard with the crafting if we decide to do it. I know that the post office sometimes, like, the way that the post office works is they put all of the packages through hubs. And sometimes those sorting hubs, like all of the packages for 3 or 4 states, might go to one sorting hub. And then that sorting hub, even though it can only be an hour or two from you or even down the street, sometimes the package that should just go directly from that sorting hub to your home, to your end of delivery point, it gets sorted into the wrong bin at that USPS hub, and then it gets loaded onto a truck, a semi, that goes, wherever the next load goes. And so it might just be taking a little detour and a vacation before it gets to you. When I have seen that happen through tracking in the past, I have always seen the package get caught, and then it goes right back to that same hub, and then it goes out to you. So luckily, when they do make mistakes like that, I mean, if you think about how much mail has to get sorted and how much mail has to go through their system, I know it seems like there are a lot of issues, but honestly, they have very outdated equipment, like 1960s technology, and probably even before that. I'm surprised they don't have more accidents, more lost packages, whatever. But in the past, when I've seen it happen, it comes back. I've had packages go like, I'm in Arizona. I ship from Arizona. I have had packages I ship to California, which is 5 hours from me or 3 hours from me even, go all the way onto a plane, go to Hawaii, take a nice Hawaiian vacation, and then come back to Utah and then go to California. And so sometimes they do take detours. It's unfortunate because it does mean that there is a little delay before that package gets to you. Just bear in mind they're doing their best, and cut them some slack. And I know you guys are kind, and you will. So sometimes it happens. Just trust the system. The post office, just in case you were wondering, the post office does not consider a package lost until 30 days have passed since the date it was supposed to arrive to you. So for instance, if I ship you a package and USPS tells me it's going to take 7 days to get to you, even if those full 7 days go by and we're like, oh, it's lost, whatever, tracking doesn't show any updates for a couple of days, maybe we're 10 days in and we call the post office, the first thing they will tell you, we will not even begin looking for it until 30 days have gone by. That's the first line that they tell everyone who's calling about a missing package. It always gets delivered. I have not had one who literally disappeared, to my knowledge. There was one where maybe a neighbor got it, one where it was left in a bush outside and she didn't find it until after it had snowed on it. So there's things like that happen, but I don't think packages go up completely missing very often. I see somebody in New Zealand made it safely all the way to New Zealand, received it yesterday. That's good to know. Good to know, definitely. I'm always worried about the internet. I'm always worried about all of them, right? But the international ones, they have a harder time with a lot of different scenarios cause them to have a harder time, which is why a lot of people refuse to ship internationally. I don't think it's that big of a deal as long as you do everything to protect your package and, yourself, and fill out your paperwork. And, it is extra work, but I think if you do that, you're fine. We're all good. We're all good. Uh-oh. You guys are talking about comments in there. We haven't had any meanies comments for a long time. Yay, you guys are getting Florentine paper. Awesome. Awesome. Love that. Okay. So I see quite a few of you jumped on. I didn't send any emails as far as like So if you guys aren't aware, I have an email list. So once you register to buy, then I normally add you to the email list. And then I would send an email, like saying we're going to have a sale tonight, whatever. If I'm not sure I'm having a sale, if it's kind of a question mark sale or whatever, I don't send the email because I don't want to bother people with an email if we're not selling, if whatever. So don't stress about not getting an email today. Yeah, sometimes they do. They just sit sometimes, or some more often than not is a scanning issue, like not for 3 weeks, obviously, but when the packages move through the USPS system, through all shipping systems, they're scanned. They're scanned for what bin they are in and what semi they get loaded on, what airplane they get loaded on. We don't see all of that detailed information. The information we see is just a periodic scan through a city that it was transferred to or going through. But through the USPS, they have much more detailed information available to them than what we see on our side. For a lot of reasons, we don't get to see that. Most of it having to do with security. They don't want every single person knowing what plane their package is on or whatever. Like, that's not stuff we need to know. So anyway, sometimes your package will move from my house and you will not see the tracking updated. Sometimes it even goes all the way and gets delivered to you, and the first scan, the first tracking update is delivered to you. It doesn't happen very often that way, but I have seen it happen that way many, many times, like, a couple dozen times over the few years, where it doesn't get scanned here at all. It doesn't get scanned all on its way, or at least that scan does not upload to the customer side of tracking. And then the next scan that you see, the very first and only scan there is for us to look at for tracking, is delivered. So don't freak out when you guys don't see your packages moving. Understand that there's scanning issues all the time. I told you guys before, I purchased something and I paid for it and it was expensive. And I was always already kind of stressed about it. And right after I paid for it, it scanned a few hours later that same day, it scanned and it said delivered. And I was like, well, I didn't get it, and it's not possible that it could be delivered a few hours after I bought it, and this person is in a different state than me. And I was like, well, is this some kind of scam? Like, when I called the post office, they're like, no. What happened was when the mail carrier went to scan that package as received at the post office, the mail carrier hit the wrong button and hit delivered versus just accepted. So there's button, they push the wrong button, it shows us the wrong information. And that's just kind of how it works sometimes too. So don't stress out about it. Again, unless it's a very long time or I can see when I track it that it's lost or whatever, it all works out in the end. It's not convenient all the time when that happens, but I think it's just part of life that there's delays occasionally. Things that we can't control. When you guys say, hey, my package hasn't moved for 4 days, I hope that you guys understand there is literally no one for me to contact. There's nothing for me to do. I don't have any more information than what you guys have. When you track it, when I track it, it shows me exactly word for word, scan for scan, exactly what you see. There's no like special phone number for customer service because I'm a seller and I buy the shipping labels. There's nothing through pirate ship, no customer service that way either. There's literally nothing I can do that you guys can't see or do. Even if we called the post office would tell us it's not considered lost until 30 days have gone by. So there's just nothing we can do. Just, just understand that. Because I think a lot of people think that I have some special power where I can like tell them to fix it. I don't. I wish I did have that magic wand to like wave it and be like, okay, your package is unstuck. I don't have it either. I wish that I did. Will work for Florentine paper. That's funny, Melissa. That's how I felt the very first time. I think that's how most of us feel when we finally get a big bunch of it. Because, and this, I was going to say this about Florentine paper too. You guys can tell me whether or not you agree. But for people with Florentine paper, when you order like 3, 4, 5 pages, they're nice, But I think when you get to like 10, 20 plus pages, I'll just say plus, um, it's really the vastness of the colors. It's the vastness of the patterns. I think when you have a bunch of variety, that's when you really start opening up to the creative possibilities of using them. When you only buy 3, 4, 5, whatever, they're precious. You hoard them. You don't have like the full color spectrum. You don't have a big variety of patterns. I think they're a little less wow when you only get a few, and I know I sell them, so it is just take my word for whatever you want to take them for. But when I first bought them, I was buying them just kind of scarce, like sparsely. And I didn't just jump in with both feet and, buy 100 at a time, because I was just buying them for me. But I only bought like a few, and I was like, they're very, very nice. But then I didn't want to use them. But when I bought 20 of them, I was like, oh, okay, I'll cut them in half and I'll use half and I'll save half. But when I got more colors, more variety, that's when I really started to understand more how to use them, or I could see in my brain, oh, I could use Florentine paper for this. So you guys can tell me if you agree. Having more colors, more variety, more sheets helps you to be able to use them. Whether it helps your creativity or it helps your hoarding or whatever it does, I think more as actually making it easier to use them. Yay, so many of you got it today. You all must be in the same location somewhere in the country. Okay, so you guys are cracking me up about the paper. Oh my gosh. Hello, Darlene. Hello and welcome. Okay, I know. I need a magic wand. I know. Can you imagine? I don't think I would want that power. That would be too much. Still hoarding? I get it. I do. I hoard lots of things too, but I try not to. I try not to. All right. So, petting it, I know. It's so good. So good. All right. With that, I will go over the updates again. We have 3 weeks of sales being invoiced all at once. We were going to invoice only 2 sales and then put the third on a separate invoice with what was supposed to be sold tonight. I am not going to do that. I'm just going to invoice everything that's here because all of that stuff was sold under the old system. And I have a new system coming online, which I'm hoping to use next Tuesday. And it's entirely a different process, and I don't want things to get caught in the middle. And also, I don't want to bombard myself that first night that I sell with it. So that night will be planned a little bit differently, just to make sure everything runs smooth the first couple of cycles through it. So I'm going to invoice everything that is here. If that creates any kind of problem for anyone, because that third week, like last week, you weren't expecting to get an invoice for a little bit of time still. If it creates a problem when you get your invoice, it's bigger than you expected, whatever the case may be, reach out to me. We will work it out. Do not stress about it. But that means you're paying 1 shipping charge instead of 2 shipping charges. And it does not delay what is already here, because I can just add the things from last week to the current bins. It really does not delay anything that is here. So we will be doing, Catherine, all international buyers, Catherine's international, all international buyers, you tell me when you want your item shipped. That's the way it will still be. So you can tell me if you want your item shipped right away, or if you want your item shipped when your boxes are full, or whatever the case may be. But what I'm saying is everything that's here is going to be invoiced now. It should take some time, a few days, probably at least, before some of you start seeing invoices roll out. That's what's already been sold. That's what's already here. And we're going to invoice that the same exact way we've always been invoicing everything else. Then starting next week, hopefully, I will bring the new system out to you guys, tell you guys what it is, tell you guys what we're doing, and we'll sell some things that night, and we'll begin with that process with the new system. As far as tonight goes, if you would like me to sell tonight. We have only things that can be invoiced tonight. They're already packed for the most part, or they will be put into an envelope basically and mailed to you tomorrow. The things, if we sell tonight, those are immediate invoicing, immediate shipping, because I don't want to compound what is already here. I can't sell on top of the 3 weeks that are here, because then it will delay the 3 weeks that are currently here, because I have to do all of the extra work to add that to spreadsheets and all that kind of stuff. I have unpaid orders that are here tonight that can be sold, invoiced tonight. They're already packed. I'll open it, show you, put them back in, tape it back up, and they'll go out to you in the morning. If you guys want me to sell, that's the way I'm going to sell tonight. So there's unpaid orders. I don't know what is in them. They're completely blind to me. I'm going to pull up their invoice because the customers' names are on them. I'm going to pull up their invoice. I can tell you what is in them if the invoice is descriptive enough. If I need to open the package and physically show you, then I will do that. I try my hardest not to show anybody's names or anything like that, because they all already have shipping labels on them that have been canceled. Just so you know, because there's a lot of people who stress about this too. And it's a good time to talk about it. Whenever you're invoiced, the old system, you're invoiced to your email. At that time, when you got invoiced, the items had been sold at least a week before, and you were planning to pay that invoice whenever you got it. I don't just wait the next day and you didn't pay your invoice and now I'm upset. Like, I always give you guys ample time to pay it. The old system was through Square, and Square sent automated invoice reminders. And so whenever you didn't pay your invoice the day it was due, it would send you a reminder the next day, and it would tell you you have a past due invoice because it was due the day before, and it would remind you every so often. All of that process was automated. And so some people were thinking that if they didn't get an invoice, they're thinking I'm just going to think they didn't pay and I'm just going to be banning them. That's not how this happens. So I'm going to sell unpaid item orders tonight. I need you guys to all understand, these people purchased these things. Most of these in here have been here for months. They've been packed, waiting to ship. They've had a shipping label printed on them. The invoices have been past due for at least 30 days, sometimes maybe 60 days, sometimes maybe 90. I wait till I have a collection of them, then I bring them, we discount them, and we, do the best we can to move through them quickly. But just understand, not with the old system and not with the new system was I ever just banning people because they didn't pay right away. Yes, I would like you guys to pay your invoices when they're due, but I'm patient, and I know you guys are patient with me, and it has always been that back and forth patience where you guys cut me some slack, I cut you guys some slack. We're buying and selling in a very unconventional format. It's not like you're just going to a website. You're not going to, I don't know what website. You're not going to, I can't even think of one that's actually a website we would shop at. We're not going to any website and just placing an order and it's not like that. It's a very unconventional sales format. So that in itself requires patience on both parties. I have to be patient. You guys have to be patient. So just know, yes, I would like the invoices to be paid on time, but if something happens, it's not like I'm just reselling your stuff and banning you. I always wait a very long time. I email you personally at some point. Most of the ones who are in here, they were brand new people and they claimed things, and then they sent me the information to send them an invoice, but they never paid their invoice and they never came back. So anyway, I just feel like it was a good point to say that. Because some people freak out when they haven't got an invoice. They don't listen. Sometimes they don't listen to the instructions in the beginning of a video. And then they're like, oh, I thought that, I'd be invoiced tomorrow. And it's No, he can't be invoiced tomorrow. I wish that it could be that fast and possibly in the new system. But anyway, but there's always been plenty of opportunity to pay these invoices. So that being said, just know that I'm patient with you guys. If you ever need anything, all you need to do is reach out to me. And I am more than happy to work with you guys and deal with whatever situation we got to deal with. So that being said, let's move on to what you guys voted on. Basement crafting is fun. I wish we had basements here. Only one of the homes I've ever owned here in Arizona has had a basement. Basements are very rare here because we have very dense soil, dry clay, and it's very expensive to dig through. So only one home had a basement. Very rare here. And if you think about it, basements in Arizona would be an awesome idea because it is so hot here. Being underground would make it cooler. So I don't understand how we can't save some electricity by going ahead and spending the money to dig basements. That'd be awesome. My 2 cents on home building here. Okay. I think you guys are ready to go here. Paper, please. Okay, so I have the Italian paper orders that I have here, they're random. So when we do those, they're just like, I'll tell you how many sheets are in there. I know that there are no duplicates in these boxes behind me. At least there shouldn't be any duplicates in these boxes. When I packed them for these people, there were no quantities of 2, so there shouldn't be any duplicates back there. So we have Italian paper, we have unpaid orders, and whatever else you guys request that is possible tonight, I will do it. Okay, so I don't see any other questions. Before I move on to that part, does anyone have questions? Questions? Yes, questions? Hold on. Hold on. I think you guys are just saying you want paper. Can you bookmark the 2 pink pieces you didn't get last time? You mean like claim ahead? No, you can't claim ahead for pieces you didn't get last time. Do you have invoices? I don't know if you have invoices. I doubt you have invoices. Do you want me to pull? I don't think you have invoices. I think you just paid invoices. Lynette, what do you mean by invoices? Do you have outstanding invoices? Nobody here has any of the. This always freaks people out, and I never understand why. That's why I'm like so explaining it. These unpaid orders have been here for at least 30 days. They are none of you people, because if you get to the point where I have to resell your unpaid orders, you're no longer able to shop here. So none of you all have anything of in this bin next to me. Oh my gosh. I think you're all caught up and fine. So you guys stress about it, and I'm telling you, you don't need to stress about it. If I was ever looking for you, like if I have a question and I'm looking for a specific person, I will at some point say, "Hey, so and so, are you here? I have a question for you." Or, "Hey, so and so, if you're here, if you watch this video, can you reach out to me? Can you message me?" Whatever. That's if I have a general question for you, or if you were a new buyer and you didn't send your information over, or I can find it, or emails were not connecting to each other. All of that is resolved in the new system, by the way. But anyway, if I was looking for you, you would know. The people that didn't pay their invoices, they're avoiding me. Let's just say that. It's not like I'm, just not listening to them or whatever. I didn't give them enough time. These people have chosen to not pay their invoice. And that's okay. Like that happens, right? It happens. There's nothing I can do about it. It happens. It's all good. We just resell the stuff and we move on. So I did answer that twice already in the video, Pamela. Hello, hello, hello. No, I've already answered. For the last 3 weeks of sales, they're all being invoiced on the same invoice now. Everything the same as we've always done it, but we're doing all 3 of the last sales. Hopefully that's the last time I have to say it. I know you guys all join at different times. So when you join and you have a question, and I have said this before, if you join late, rewind to the beginning and start watching at that point to see if your question has already been answered. Okay, so I think we are ready. Yep, it's okay. It happens every time. And it's just it's the way it works, right? Some people join later and they have something on their mind and they're stressing out about an invoice, and so that's what happens. It's okay. If you need to contact me about an invoice, all of that is going to change. So if you need to contact me regarding the invoicing for the last 3 weeks, everything's the same as it's always been. Next time I sell, I will give complete updated instructions. It's nothing too hard. It's nothing too technical. It's all going to be fine. I don't want you guys to stress about it. I just need to put this out there that it is changing so that and also that's the reason why, for people who join late, that's the reason why I'm invoicing everything that's here that's already been claimed. So we can start fresh when we have the new systems up and running, and we can move on from that point. But for now, just reach out to me on Messenger if you want to. You could, if it's about an invoice, if you have me in Square, you can message me through Square. It's basically like texting where you just write me a message and I answer back. Email, all the methods, all the methods. Jody, I don't know what that means. I'm thinking you need to go out and come back in, maybe, Jody. Okay. Oh my goodness. I think we're ready. I think we're ready. When I say, are there questions, I do open myself up to questions, but I think we're ready now. Nothing is changing. We're all good. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and flip the camera down. Now, I did not remove all of the crafting surface or anything like that, so it's just going to be on top of crafting surface tonight. I don't think that's going to be an issue, but anyway, just know when I flip the camera down, it's the white desk instead of the other desk. There we go. Okay, so this is where I craft. It's very dirty. As you can tell, it could use a baby wipe. Anyway, let me get some additional lighting going on in here because it's kind of dark. Better. All right, so we're going to go through unpaid orders. Melissa. We're going to go through unpaid orders first. Pre-claiming, very funny. Okay, so this one has never been sealed because I never received their email with their information. And if you guys see these items, you guys will know this was from a very, very long time ago. So how this is going to work is I'm going to type it in the same way I've always typed it in, and the price and all that kind of stuff, and you guys claim when you want it. I'm going to write your name on it right now, and then at the end of tonight, which remember, I'm in Arizona time, at the end of tonight, I will invoice you for this stuff. So this is immediate invoicing, immediate shipping, not being combined with anything else you already have here. So as long as we all understand, I'll say it again. The stuff I'm about to sell, immediate invoicing, immediate shipping, not being combined with anything else you have here. Order number 1 of unclaimed items. It is this pack of things. There's some stuff in here. So I can tell you this order was from before Christmas because it has Christmas packaging. So that's how long this unpaid order has been here. So when I say I give you guys ample time, I really do. There is a baggie of like all kinds of embroidered embellishments. It has a whole big bunch of designs. It's quite chunky and thick of stuff in here. So there's that. Inside of this packet are 4 aluminum slide cases. They're squares. They have frames around them. They are aluminum colored, like aluminum foil colored. And you put a slide in there. So you could basically turn it into some kind of mixed media art or put it around a picture. It can go on the cover of a journal. Many uses. Lots of you guys have these. So there's 1 pack of those. And I can't tell from this package how many are in there. But I think there's also glass for those slide cases in here as well. I would assume there's probably 3 to 5 in here. It's thick. I don't want to open it because it's bubble. And so anyway, slide cases, embroidery. This ephemera pack, which had maps and all kinds of graph paper, ledger paper stuff. A very large, this is folded over in half, so it's actually 4 times this size because it's huge. But a lot of map stuff is like perfect for a travel journal / Tim Holtz kind of things. So there's that. And then this is a package of German scrap. This is antique German scrap from France. And so there's a little box and it has all kinds of little pieces in here. There's a bird and there's some flowers and a cat. People, whatever was there, I filled little boxes and I put a rubber band on them so that the box would stay closed. And this was sold before Christmas. So that is package number 1. I'm going to pull up Square and log in so that I can see what is in these packages for sure in better detail. Some of them we probably will not need to actually open up. Oh goody. They had another update. Awesome. Okay, so this person, okay, so the total value of what was invoiced is $73. And there's their invoice. And if I click it, it will tell me, it just says metal slide cases pack. It doesn't tell me how many are in there. So total value was $73. To the very first person, this is now $40. And this is pretty much how we're going to do unpaid invoices. We will not always do them this way, but for right now we are. So I'm going to type it in. You have to wait for me to type it in and say go. You'll see it in chat. It'll pop up. Let's go ahead and get their little mailer so I can just put a label on that. Let's see. All right. So here's that one. I need to find, with this mat on here, I never can find where I'm doing a live sale, where the middle of it is. Okay. I'm getting ready to type it in now. Unclaimed. Unclaimed. I need to turn this. I'm trying to fight it. Unclaimed order number 1. It is 40. And so I'm typing that in and putting it in right now. Wait for the me, or the wait for the go. That's funny. Wait for the go. And then I will put your name on it and put it back in this bubble mailer so I can send it back out to you. or to back out. I can send it out to you. Oh my gosh. Now I'm getting tongue-tied. It is going to Danny H. Obviously, if you get a couple of things tonight and I can put both of the things you purchased tonight in one package, I will do that for you. It's just I don't want to combine it with other things because I'm already in the middle of processing those other things and it will delay it, and I don't want any further delays of it. So anyway, if you get multiple unclaimed orders and I can put them all in one package, I will do that. So Danny H, thank you, thank you. Let's continue to move through a few more things. That one gets her name on it. There we go. All right, I have some smalls and some larges. We're going to go with this guy. He is the ginormous one, and he has her name on it. So I'm going to rip it open so I don't have to show you the stuff. This is recent stuff. Very recent stuff. But this person is no longer allowed on this channel. So I'm going to sell the stuff again. I don't want to go into a whole bunch of detail about the things. It's not really a show about that. But we have this collection. So this book is a domino paper book. These are very old, very expensive books. I will pull up her invoice total. She did not pay this invoice for any other reason other than I banned her. So she's gone. This book, some of you guys even claimed these books, but because she took them, you couldn't claim them. But some of you guys were in on them. It's a collection of 3 of these fabulous, the best rag paper that there is, books. So you can see she's got a nice little collection, large, medium, small, and she has 2 packs of these lady playing cards. These are like the French fashion lady playing cards. They have nice backs even. I mean, all you would need to do is take this with a Tim Holtz stapler and staple it to the bottom corner of a page, and you have an instant tuck spot. So you can embellish, you can use them as journal cards, whatever. They're there. So that's her order, guys. I'm sorry about the plastic glare. I do apologize. It's like super. I know that happened to several of you. However, there is a large incoming order of it actually arrived today. It's here. It's not going to be processed for a couple of weeks probably, but I do have enough paper. I shouldn't say that. I have a lot of paper. It probably will not be enough, but I do have a lot of paper coming. So let's go ahead and look up her invoice. Her invoice total is $380. So $380 was the total. I would totally love to just like keep a couple of these books and take them apart. So, hello. Okay, so for 380 original, let me grab another bubble mailer so I can put it back in her other one. Okay, good to go. 380. Let's do this guy for, let's do him for $260. It's $120 off, and I know these books were claimed many times over. So we're going to do this one for $260. I'm going to type it in. I mean, I could just bring them back to a live sale and get full price again, but I just figure once this like bad juju all happens, I just would rather see them go to someone else. So that's where they're going. They found a new home with Christine. Christine, thank you. They're going right back in that bag, and I will put them in a new one when I repack them. I wish I had the tiny attacher in here so I could staple that. Thank you guys. Okay, so that was the largest unclaimed package. I don't know what is in the other ones yet either, but we'll find out together. It's more so like just, you know, the time it takes to go through all of the packing and all that stuff too. It gets to be a lot. Okay, this one I gotta cut open. Let's see what's in this one. It's kind of a mystery. Ooh. This one is going to get claimed. we have some interesting things in here. We have a journal kit, which I know lots of you guys asked me for more of those. So we have, this is the April journal kit, the botanical journal. We have this wonderful document, and look at the stamps. That is a beautiful document. We'll have to open this up and see what it is. It's a little black ledger, maybe? I don't know. We'll have to open that up. And this little black ledger. Okay, so let's look up the total cost of this one. This one is $188.20. That's what her invoice is. Because these are just little black books, I'm just going to open them and give you guys a little look, because I feel like it would be weird to sell you something that nobody ever looks in. It goes this way. It's a little ledger book where somebody's kept, you know, some expenses. Electricity. I don't know what all of this stuff is. It's like paying people. I don't know. But anyway, there's a couple of pages of that up here in the front. Little ledgery stuff. And then some blank, it's got graph, I think you guys can see it's graph paper in there. Little French book of graph paper, and then more accounting. And that's the little one. The next one is a thin black book. And this guy, he is a teacher's book. And it's the day, the month of the year. It starts in 1911. It's got the list of students or workers. I'm not sure if it's students or workers, but it's got days of the month, and then maybe their pay or maybe their grades or whether they were there, absent, present. I'm not sure. I never look anything up. So you guys are going to just have to guess, but it's kind of nice paper. It's filled in. It's really quite beautiful. I kind of wish I would have just, I don't open them up, because if I did, I would just keep it. You got blank in the back. And then you got these pages back here. So you've got the best of both worlds in that one. And it's just cute. Like, it's probably 6 by 9 inches or so. It's just cute. Okay, so you guys saw it. That's that one. It might be teacher, but then again, it might be workers, because it has the full 31 days. So I'm not sure in all reality. This one, it confuses me as to which way it goes, because it has the label down there. Okay. That's that one. And this document, I believe, is a 2-page document. It is a 2-page document, and that's the stamp up close to it. So this would have been like a 1600s or 1700s document. 1744 is that date there. Now, I don't know if there's another date, but that's what that says. Okay. What did we say it was? 188.20. 188.20. Let's do this one for let's do it for $130. Okay, 130. So let me get this typed in. There we go. And I forgot to tell you, that includes shipping. All of this stuff includes shipping. Because I said I'm just going to put it right back in the package and mail it to you, or if I have to get a new bubble mailer, I'll get one because I cut it open, whatever. But these prices include shipping to you. As long as you are within the US. If you're international, obviously we then have to work it out. But because sometimes international shipping is $100. So we have to leave that little caveat in there. Okay. So this one's going to Deborah. Thank you, Deborah RM. Thank you, thank you. And let me put this back in her bag. Perfect. Thank you, thank you. I actually kind of enjoy this. It's letting me relive, like look at some of the things a little bit longer, a little more before I part with them. And it's kind of fun. It's like Christmas almost. I get to open them. All right. Next one. This is a larger, like this is 15 inches by 13 inches, a larger flat, stay flat. It has their name on the other side, so I'm covering it, but let me see what this one, if it'll tell me what it has in there. Let me see if it tells me. Yeah, this one, like just for instance, this one has been overdue for 62 days. So I definitely give you guys plenty of time. 62 days, and let's see what's in it. This one has okay, so many of you guys, let's do this. It's not descriptive enough for me to tell you. Many of you guys will remember me selling these. It's got tape on it, and I don't have my knife in here. Sorry, super loud. Many of you guys will remember me selling these. However, this one needs combined with something else tonight. So I'm going to pull it out. Let me make sure her name's not on it. I'm going to pull it out. It's those things. So I've pulled it out of there, but it's so small, we need to combine it with something else. Because this was only $15.50, including the shipping. Castle maps. Let me see if it's 1 or 2 castle maps. I just took it down. It's 2 castle maps. So it says there's 2. I think there is 2 in here. It says there's 2 castle maps. These are the colored ones. Sorry, the camera's freaking out. But there's 2 of these, and they got little pictures down here of little castles or, you know, chateaus or whatever they're called. And then 1 of these French newspapers. So this was only $15 worth. So let's add another one to it, and then we'll sell it. And this is what I'm talking, this is a prime example about what I'm talking about. So if you were not here last week, I said that going forward, any orders less than $50, I'm going to have to cancel. So if you claim items throughout a live sale and it's less than $50 by the time I go to invoice you, whether that be 1 sale or 2 sales or 4 sales or whatever the case may be, if it's less than $50 when I go to invoice you, I'm going to cancel the order just because I did say I would give you guys extra time and we would go 1 more cycle. That's still all the same. So if it's less than 50 and I go to invoice, I'll hold it 1 more billing cycle. If it's still less than 50, I'm going to cancel it. And this is exactly why. Because she did claim a couple things and the total was $15. And it probably just wasn't worth it to her to pay shipping and get them and go through that whole process for $15. And so we do have an awful lot of small invoices like this tonight that were canceled. And I have to believe it is because either it was too hard for her to get stuff that night, or she just isn't interested in whatever the hassle is of, you know, a small order like that. So I hope you guys see this is kind of why that policy was put into place. It's because it's not really getting paid for on the small end. I think it's probably better for both of us if we just cancel it and start over. So I'm going to open up the next one. So, well, Misty, that may be the case, but I just threw it out there to everyone if you were not here last week. So I'm going to open up the next one and we're going to see what's in there. The next one has a pack of blue invoices. So there's that one. Or not invoices, blue ledger sheets. So this one looks like this. So inside you have a package that has blue invoices, very fancy writing on them. You have two that are the very long ones. That one and this guy here. And look at the handwriting. And these are all 1850s. Okay. Then there's this one, and this one has 3 of these railroad certificates, receipts. These are 1860s here, and a blank one that starts with 1850. And so what I suggested doing is cutting these apart. You could scan it and then cut them apart on the scan. But anyway, you get 2 of the giant pages and 2 of these, and these are also giant, by the way. They're very, very long. And so there's the package of blue invoices. So far we have those things. Let's see what else we can add to this one. And I know that weather is everywhere, but I will ask you guys to just, please. I get it. I do. But the whole weather thing has gotten a bit out of control. And I have super sympathy and I want everybody to stay safe. But at the same time, you know, some people that are here, they may have like a traumatic experience with tornadoes or certain weather, hurricanes, whatever. There are people in our group that have lost absolutely everything when they had a bad hurricane, about in 2008. So anyway, 6, I don't know when it was, Katrina, but anyway, I'm just saying, like, if we could try to keep the weather stuff, like, it's bad news. If we could try to be like focused on talking about positive things here, I think I just want to create a happy space. And sometimes that weather talk stresses people out because then they message me. And sometimes it's not always a happy message. It's a grumpy message, which I get. But anyway, so anyway, we have a French fashion, an American fashion. It is one of them. This is Harper's Bazaar. It has this lovely lady, and these were all folded in half before I folded them, so I just kept them folded. But anyway, as this lovely lady, inside of it is all kinds of fabulous French fashion, but they're American fashions in this one. It has needlework, lace work, all that kind of stuff. No, it doesn't. It's just for US bound buyers. International people can always build a box for however long it takes, unless it takes longer than, say, 120 days, a very long time. I'm very patient. I don't stress about it. So international people are different because, say, like a small package, if it was going to New Zealand, it's $100 or more. It just is super expensive sometimes. So international buyers get the option of combining over a very long period of time because for them, shipping is very expensive. For us, shipping is not really that expensive. It is, but it's not like $100 for one box. So you see some of the needlework there. There is fashion in these. There's artwork in these. I really want to try hard to keep our channel more like positive centered. And I know a lot of that comes from me also being positive centered. And I'm working hard on doing that. So there's that. And then ads, you've got corset ads. And the good thing about this one being American is you can read everything. Whereas the French ones that are like this, you can't read what it really is. Like you can make out words, but it's harder. So anyway, there's one of those. And then there is a French fashion one in here, it looks like. I don't know. Let's find out together. There's another one of these maybe. This one's taking a long time because I'm having to combine a bunch of small ones into one because I want it to be worthwhile for you guys and not just be like, here's two things. This one is a French document. It looks like there's multiple in here. This is a 2-page French document. A 2-page French document. So there's that. And then there is, this is a French fashion. It's this one, and it is French fashion. So I won't open it up and show you, but it is French fashion. There's that. So 2 of those, that. Do we think this is good or should I continue to add? I know it's, so when I say that, you guys always assume that I'm like scolding you. All I'm saying is I would like to redirect the conversation. There doesn't need to be a back and forth about it. There just needs to be redirecting of conversation. It's not me scolding you. I'm not upset with you. I don't have any issue with you at all. I'm just trying to redirect the conversation happening in the live sale chat that is connected to me, my channel, and my business to positive things. That's really all it is. And everyone always takes it personally. It's not a personal thing. Trust me, it's not at all. So just, I'm so sorry if you guys think I'm scolding you. I'm definitely not scolding you. Anyway, here's this pile of stuff. I think we're at a good stopping point because it doesn't need to be where, you know, everything's super spendy either. So let's talk about getting this guy put together. I opened a whole big bunch of packages. Let's do this guy for, okay, let's do it. We're going to do this one for $50. And I can tell you the first things were 15. This one, I didn't pull it up, but I know that pack was at least 35. This was probably 15, and each of those were 15 a piece. So this one's going to go for 50. We're everybody's good. I get it. I totally understand. I do. I totally get it. So that guy's going in now. Just bear with me because there are reasons why I'm redirecting things and trying to do all the changes. It's a much longer explanation than what I want to do tonight, but there are reasons. More than what I just explained, but you know, I don't want to take all day to do it either. Okay, so this guy, I do have an envelope for him. There he goes in that to protect him. I'm going to put him, I might be able to tape that close. I don't know. We'll see. Who is he going home to? He's going to Amy D. Amy D. Thank you. Thank you. I don't want that sticky to get lost, so I'm going to stick it on the inside. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So that's 3 down. Okay, this one is a bigger one. It's that same envelope, but it's like at least an inch thick. So this guy's super taped. I'm going to cut right there. Well, we got to do something with them. They've been here for so long. You know, there's just, this is part of it, right? Okay. Get it out. There's that. And that. And there's still something else. And that. Okay. So I'm going to use this thing to put your stuff in, but then I'm going to have to get you a new envelope. This guy here, he has some wine label packets. So there's 2 wine label packets. I'm trying to get the glare off of them. I think there were, I don't know how many wine labels there were in here. Maybe I should pull this person's up and see. Let's pull her up and see what's in there. Okay, this one was $110.50, and there are 5 wine labels in each pack. So there's 5 different ones in here. I might have to reference that again, but there's 5 different ones. And you can see like some of them are label shaped. So you could scan these and then shrink them down or just print them out smaller. And then you could use them as labels. But there's wine labels in there, 5 in each pack. There's 2 packs of Florentine greeting cards. There's the Valentine kind of looking ones, and there's the everyday looking ones. These are the ones I made mini journals out of on camera in a live one day. There's 2 packs of those. There is a pack of those French invoices that we just sold in the last 3 weeks. I don't know which week, but this is a pack of 5 of them, I believe. I think there's 5 in there. So there's 5 French invoices. This is a pack of onion skin paper from a book that we had a while back. So some of this stuff I've already cycled through and sold again, but this order has been here. Let me tell you how many days overdue this one is. This one is overdue since February 16th. So since February. That's been here a little while. And then there are 2 orders of Braille paper. So 2 10 packs of Braille paper, invoices, onion skin, 2 of the Florentine, and the wine labels. And that one was 110. So let's do that for, let's do it for 80. Let's do it for 80 this time. Let's do it for $80. I hope you guys are going to post pictures of your Florentine paper in the Facebook group. I love seeing it because what's interesting to me about the Florentine paper orders is everyone claims different papers, but when I'm packing them and I see all the pattern paper together, I can tell who likes pink more than who doesn't like pink. I can tell who was on a bird thing where they were buying all the ones with birds, or who was on a green theme, or whatever the case may be. Like, each one of the orders is always coordinated in some fashion. And when you see it all together, it's like, oh, okay, well, that's why they picked number 1, number 8, number 7, number 6, whatever the case may be, right? I don't know. It's just interesting for me. Okay, so who got this one? The first person after the go. The first person after the go is Marika. I have to write her actual name. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Let me slide this back in this envelope. I need to stretch it. Stretch it so I can slide it back in. I'm just keeping it in there because I tore this one up too much. There it goes. And there's your tag. Thank you. Alrighty. Next one. We have a couple more small ones, so I'll probably do a bundle on these. Thank you, guys. Thank you all. I hope so, Pam. Let's tore this one open. It's a 9 by 12. So much for retaping it. Anyway, it is a 9 by 12. Not too much in it. Some stock certificates. That is it. All right, let's look at some more. See, again, when they're small orders, they don't really get paid for that much. So let's combine it with the next largest, which is this one. When I add that extra tape, it does make opening them fun, doesn't it? You guys are probably cursing me when you're doing it at home. But it's better than your envelopes popping open and you getting half of your contents. So we have some legal documents, some newspapers, some stock certificates. We're going to keep going. And there are some little guys. Let's look at this one. So now we're down to these, but we have a few more baggy ones. I just don't want to make them all too expensive. Ooh, I would have opened that and kept that, but we have a nice little collection here. We have a blue, like a turquoisey blue, and a little yellow theme going. So we have a pack of these French letters. I believe there are 5. Maybe there are 4. There are 4. 4 letters in there. French letters. These are like 1860s, 1880s. Very nice French letters. Some of them are invoices. Some of them are letters. That's those. There are 2. I think this is 2 single stock certificates. So these stock certificates were French ones. And maybe they're German. I don't know. French or German. It's been a long time since we sold them, but they both have tickets. So they both have a full sheet of tickets and they are teal in color. So there's that. This guy here, it's Marseille. I think they're French. Okay. We have a French, very old newspaper. And this one is from 1870. The newspaper itself is from 1870, and these are super fun for using in collage and all kinds of other things. You can use the paper in your journals as well. So there's that. And then this one has 2 of my very nice colored legal documents. This one is from 1855, I think. It's a sale. Look, it's got very nice handwriting. Number of pages here. Well, it's actually a whole nother one on top because there's the yellow one here. And then there's this one, which is also, this one's 1844. So they actually have 3 because this is a bonus one that we didn't even know was in there. So there's that, because this invoice only has 2 on it. This one is from 1859. And it opens up to look like that. Ooh, that's beautiful. And it also is a couple of pages of a legal document. So that's what's there, guys. Yep, that's what's there. All right, let me do it. Those are perfect for scanning and cutting the little coupons off. Let's see. We can just say these were 100 because I know they were at probably 35 a piece, 30 a piece. Let's just say they're 90. This guy was probably 24. Call that 30, so 120. Let's say that this one was probably in the 130 to 150 price range originally because it's a whole bunch of people's stuff. So let's do it. Let's do it for, I'm going to do it for 80. It's at least 50 off, I would assume, something in that range. We're going to do it for $80. So I'm getting it ready. I will tell you guys right when I click it to go in. Okay, going in now. And that one went to Rhonda. Rhonda Show. Thank you, thank you. Let me get these put back in their little baggie. Thank you, guys. And I know there are many of you trying each time. I apologize. I am trying to call different people I didn't have to with this one, but it was in my head too, just to kind of let other people get them too. But I didn't need to do that this time, but I'm letting you guys know I will for the next one. I need something to put this guy in. We took all of his envelopes and put them in the bin already. I just want to keep them all together. And we don't need that. And there's the tag. Perfection. Thank you, Rhonda. Okay, let's do a couple more. We can do a little more combining here. I have a couple of these guys to open. There's a blue handwritten document. There's a thing of perfume boxes. Oh, this has a name on it. Occasionally I ship it with a name on it, so there's a tag. And that's it for that little envelope. Let's see what else we have. I have another little guy. And I do have one ginormous order out there, but I don't think he's the unclaimed order type. It is a $4,000 order, and I don't think we're all in for that. So I think he will just get opened up and resold individually. But yeah, that just recently happened, unfortunately. And it's to somebody who claimed a bunch of stuff who had never bought from me. And they just went claim crazy and then decided they did not want to pay for it or something. I don't know what happens. So some of these are more recent ones. Most of this is more recent stuff. But just so you know, like if I look up this invoice, I know who this is now. Oh my, this person was a pain in my rear. Just a pain in my rear. The one order that I opened here was $80. Okay. So we have in total, we'll leave it here so it doesn't get too expensive. We have a 2-page French document. Oh my, it just happens. 2-page French document, kind of like the last one. So it will open up like a folio, kind of. But there's the back page. We have a set of the perfume labels. I know these were $25 when we did them. And I think there's at least 7 perfume labels in here. There's circular ones. They're kind of nice perfume labels. I'm trying to shake them so you guys can see them. But I think there's at least 7 in here. And those were $25. There's a full set of butterfly tea cards. And those were $30 if I'm 25 or 30. I don't really remember. But there's those. So there's 50 of these butterfly Brook Bond tea cards. So there's those. Somebody just asked me for some of those. There's another set of these ivory letters that came out of somebody's package. There's the set of perfume boxes, and you have 3 different sizes in there. I think there's 3. Yes. 3 different sizes. You have a French pink tag. This came off of a fruit shipping container. And a French dated 1874 blue letter. So we all like the blue. That's the blue. So that's that package. Now, what are we going to do it for? What will we do it for? I'm going to do this one for $80 as well. Is that fair? Let me think. I'm going to do it for $70. I want it to be, a good enough deal. We're going to do it for $70 because this was $25 or $30. This was $25. I think these were $24. That was $15. I think these were like $6 and $5 or something. And that was probably $8. There's quick math. We're going to do this one for $70, shipping included. Everything tonight, shipping included. Invoicing now, shipping right now, like tonight, tomorrow morning. And I think we should do some like rapid ship sales like that more often, because some people want stuff right away. Maybe they're working on a project right now and they want something right now. So I think we should maybe do that. Let me get a baggie for this guy. I don't like shipping anything that's paper without it being in plastic. And I know, there is the whole it's bad for the environment thing. And that, I get it. I do. But the other thing is, what if the mailman leaves your package in a bush and your sprinklers go off on it? And then the things that we can never find again are lost. So I would rather reuse the packaging. Like you see me use it for making journals. I put it in between the pages. I put glue on, etc. So it doesn't mean it has to go straight in the trash. You could always reuse it. Other than that, some very few places have plastic bag recycling centers. I wish they had more, but so that went to Melissa. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. One more of these random ones. One more. This I have to cut open. There's stuff in here, but I can't show you the label because it's got a shipping label with the buyer's name on it. And I'm never trying to embarrass people or anything like that. I don't need to do that. There's just no reason to, so we just do it the way we're doing it. And I try my hardest to not show stuff 99% of the time until I find one where I'm just like over it, and then I do. But we have a Florentine hardback journal. We have a pack of these. And how long has this been overdue for? Because this one is recent, but let's see how long. It is overdue by 27 days. However, I know this person is not wanting this order anymore. This has our name on it, so I'm going to take these out. There's 2 of those. And this might make somebody happy because somebody did email me and ask me for these too. Okay, so Florentine paper. The total for this one was $108. So Florentine paper, hardback journal. Inside, I believe the pages are blank on this one, and there's a guide for writing straight. It makes lines under your paper. You can kind of see the guide poking out right there. So I think it's just blank paper with the guide for writing in. So you can make this into like an altered book. It is skinny. You might need to expand the spine, whatever you want to do with it. But there's that. There's 2 tags. These are original tags. I know I have a digital on my Etsy of these, but these are original. Then there's the pack of maybe 5 labels, 3 labels. Does it say on the invoice how many are in here? Does not say. But there are multiple, maybe 2, 3. I don't know how many are in here, but French perfume. They're American, but they're selling Superb French Rose perfume, something or another. And then there's a set of these. These are perfume boxes. There's a set of graph dials. One of you guys messaged me and asked me if I had any more of those. This apparently I did, but it's here. I didn't know I did. And then there's a rag paper dictionary page pack. And the rag paper music dictionary book page pack. So some of these books are from the 1700s. Then most of them are 1700s. There may be one 1800 in there, but most are 17 or earlier. And then there is the graph dials. So what would we say? 108 was the total. Let's do this guy for it at least lets you feel rag paper. Like if you've never felt it before, you're curious what it is, and at least like it's a sample pack of rag paper. Let's do this one, shipping included, for I'm gonna do it for $65. I need things to be a better price so that this is fun for you guys. Let's do it for $65. Okay, so we're getting this ready. 65. And I'm putting it in right now. So if you already came in, it's going now. And I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to get a baggie for those. I'll put that there. Put these in a baggie. See, this is why I do this. Because this makes me happy. This negates all of any bad feeling about anything, of unhappiness, of, thinking about whatever time this wasted or whatever the case may be. This part makes me happy. So it is totally worth it for me to do it. I hope you guys enjoy doing this. I think you guys do, because you ask me all the time when I'm going to do this. But anyway, it makes me happy. We need to have nights like this more often. Maybe for unpaid, not for maybe for items that aren't even claimed yet, that I just put little bundles together and we just have fun with, because it is fun. I mean, I'm having fun. I hope you guys are having fun. All right, who did this go to? This went to Linda. This goes to Linda R. Thank you, thank you. All right, that goes in there. We get that back in that baggie. And there we go. That was that whole bucket. Let me check it. Make sure there's nothing hiding anywhere. We opened everything. That was that whole bucket. Awesome. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Thank you all. We have other things to do now. It's more fun, I think, for everyone. Yeah, wanted and didn't get because it was claimed. I get that. And now it's on sale. It's awesome. It's kind of like I don't know. I shouldn't say on sale, but it's a sale. Okay. We have Florentine paper. These are already packed. This one has 12 random sheets in it. 12 random. So that would be $96 if my math is correct. I shouldn't, and I try really hard to not be like bad. Some of them, it's not that they didn't pay their invoice that makes them bad. Some of them had other things, other conversation, other messages, and that's why they got banned. And so that's the unhappy whatever feeling about it. Other than that, things happen. They might buy stuff at a live sale and fully intend to pay for it, and then something terrible happens. Their car breaks down. I don't know what, they had to take their pet to the vet. Stuff does happen. And I do understand that. And if you message me and you communicate with me that stuff happened, I never ban you. I never get upset about that. It's the people who completely ignore you and don't ever even respond to your invoices or anything like that. That's whose unpaid orders we're dealing with tonight. I just feel like people think that you just, you're a good person, you're a good buyer, and then all of a sudden you miss an invoice and I'm just going to resell your stuff and ban you. Trust me, that never happens. If you and I are communicating, your stuff is safe here. It will always be here and we'll just work it out. All right, let's do it. What did I say was in here? 12. So it would be $96 plus shipping. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. It's not really unclaimed order. I need to say, let's say random Italian paper. We're just going to call it that. If I can type. Oh my, I might not be able to type. Random Italian paper order. Okay. And I just left number 1 in there the whole time. That was awesome. Nobody even called me on that. Well, you guys are slacking. So if it was, I don't know what to do this for, because shipping, let's just call this one $80 shipped and we'll be good. All right. So it's 12 sheets for $80. So it is discounted and it includes shipping, which is discounted. I'm going to take this number 1 out because we don't really need that in there anymore. Okay. I'm going to put it in on right now. 3, 2, 1, go. And I know a lot of you are timing or attempting to time your me's. Let's see who got this guy. I want to write your name right on it. This one went to Melissa. There are 3 more like this, and they're all different quantities of sheets, I believe. So this one went to Melissa. Okay. Thank you, Melissa. Your name is on it. You will receive an invoice tonight. All of this will be invoiced tonight and shipping as soon as you pay your invoice, including tomorrow. It's all already packed up. Thank you to whoever just bought on Etsy. He called me on it. I didn't even see it. So funny. Or maybe I didn't completely forgot now. I don't know. I did have multiple copies today, guys. I started out doing live sales like this, not having any coffee. And then slowly but surely, I had to increase my coffee intake. There are 20 random in this one. So 20 random. That would be $160. Yes, $160. I need to write what we did this on. I didn't write your price, Melissa. Hang on. I need to write her price so that I can invoice her. 80. Perfect. All right, there's that one. 20 papers. There's nothing I could show you. There's nothing for me to show you. I could show you some scraps of Italian paper. Let's get this typed in. Oh, goody. Oh, goody. I didn't save it. Random Italian paper order. It is going to be, if it is 20 sheets plus shipping, we are going to have to do that one for, I'm going to do this for 130 shipped. Keeping in mind, the more paper, it gets heavy because these are big sheets. So this is 130. Let me copy this so I can save it for next time. And I'm going to put this guy in. I don't know if I need to do the countdown, but 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. He's going to scroll off my screen, but he's going to Nicole. Nicole, thank you very much. Nicole S. Thank you. 130. Awesome. Next one. This is a heavy one. This one has 32. 32, and it says one. There's only one of each pattern. There's no duplicates. So for 32, oh, what is the total on 32? I can't do it. It would be 256 regular plus shipping. 32, yes, 32. 32. Yep, I did it, but I did it on calculator. Let's do it for, let's do him for an even 200. And that includes shipping. Okay, 200 includes shipping. I need to try to keep this in mind and make them fair as I go as well. Okay. I didn't count you down. I'm so sorry. I forgot. I should do the 3, 2, 1. Maybe that helps you guys. Maybe it hurts you. I don't know. Okay. That one went to Allison. Allison R. And I don't know why I made you a tag because it's not going to stay on here. Allison R for 200. Perfect. Okay. You guys are making me some floor space in here. And for that, I am super thankful. Last one of these. It is a small one. A small one. Oh, this one doesn't tell me how many sheets because this one actually has a name on it. Let's see whose name this is. And on their invoice, it will tell me how many sheets. This person, I didn't even invoice her for it because she is not on the channel anymore. So I can look on my spreadsheet somewhere. Right here, there's 8 sheets in here. Yep, 8 sheets. Oh, did you guys see that? Wait. Dang it. I was still on square. I hope you guys might have. There's 8 in there. Tell you guys, I'm so sorry. I was on square and I could not see where my camera was going with it. But anyway, there's 8 in there. I'm going to get yelled at for that one. 8 sheets would be $64 plus shipping. Let's do this one for a deal of the night at $40. Keeping in mind, shipping was at least like 10 something, 13, 15. Thank you for saying that because I was really feeling terrible right now. I was really feeling terrible. Awesome, guys. Thank you. Or maybe you're joking and you say nothing. But anyway, I didn't rewind up there to see. Oh, barely. Okay. You probably can actually, but whoopsie, you did. Anyway, $40. Let's do this one. What did I say it was? 8 sheets. It would be 64. We're going to do it for 40. And I'm going to count it down for you. So if you've already put it in, it's going to be going in 3, 2, 1, go. And I don't mean to be weird about it, but I am trying to help people who are trying to figure out when the go is going to go in. Okay, so this one's already packed and it does have this person's name on it. I am scribbling it out as best as I can. And I will put some Sharpie over it. As best as I can. Pretty sure you can't see it. It's a red Sharpie. It looks terrible, but it looks like I had a box cutter accident on your paper bag. But anyway, that one is going to top up the list. There's a long list there. That's going to, I'm going to call it for one who didn't get any unclaimed order. I'm not going to tell you who was first, but I'm just going to call it for one who didn't get one, and that would be Lori S. Lori S. So 40 for Lori S. Perfect. That is those. And now, what is it? Yes. So at the beginning of the sale or at the beginning of this video, I talked about invoicing. I'm going to do all three weeks of sales. The first 2 plus last week's, all on the same invoice, all happening now because I need to clear out what was already sold on the old system, because the next time I sell a regular live sale, it will be on a new, with a whole new procedure. So I just want to starting and stopping point. And so that's why what I'm selling tonight is invoicing and shipping right this second, so that I don't delay what's already been sold from being processed. And I don't want to sell into a period where I'm going to have to like do the new invoicing and new procedures and all of that. Countdown doesn't help because it's not synced with chat. It may be different. You saying it, you agree? Okay. Well, I don't know. It may be different for certain people depending on lag. I don't know. I never, like, I think just people's internet is so different throughout the country because it's all a bunch of different companies. So depending on if you live closer to a major city, usually major cities have like fiber or a faster internet speed. If you live further away, you might have a slower internet speed just because rurally it is a little, I don't know, maybe some of you still have satellite internet. I have no idea. Anyway, and some of you are watching on your phone and going through a cell phone tower, and that could be faster or slower depending. I don't know. There's all kinds of different factors in play there. Don't worry for Italian paper, for all you people who want Italian paper. The order from Italy arrived here literally this afternoon, and I rolled the boxes in the front door because they were so big and so heavy. It's the largest Italian paper order I've ever done. I'm thinking there is enough for everyone going to go around. I tried to order multiple packs, so like 24 and 24 and 24. So I think we're all going to have enough the next time I do it. It will be a little bit before I want to go through that process again, but just know that it's not going away. It's here. We'll do it again. You didn't really miss out. Yes, these ones were at a discount, but it is here. And then I did bring in a lot of the same patterns that we had last time and a few more different ones. Okay, so where do you guys want to go from here? Options are, do you want me to sell something else? Do you want to wrap up for the night? What do you guys want to do? Because this is all the unpaid orders. That was all the leftover Italian paper orders. That is everything that I thought we were going to go through. However, if you guys want other things, they're going to have to be things that I can process, invoice, pack, ship like right now. Meaning options could be, I have books that I literally can sell a book, put your name on it, and I can pack it in a little bubble mailer and it can go. So we could do books. I have some very expensive and nice books that are rare that we could do. I have like these guys. These are French and Italian, I believe. French and Italian, yes. French and Italian dictionaries. These are super old on rag paper. And there's lovely, lovely big bunches of paper. And the paper is super good. So there's those. There's two. There's like volume 1, volume 2. Then I have things that look like this. And I think I have a set of these. I do. A set of these. These are 1700s. When was these? These are 1802. These are 1700s, but these ones are very, very nice. And they're big. It's a big size. And it has lots and lots of nice things inside of it. I just flipped open to that beauty. I think these are in Latin. I need to move these. But these have lots of beautiful, beautiful papers in them. Large size, lots of fancy things, like lots of fancy things there. Lots of these. There's just bunches of that kind of stuff in here. And there's a few of these. They're religious books, obviously, but most books back then were around that topic. So there's another, it looks like a family tree, but it's something along that line, right? There's some music little bits in here. We could do these. Because see, I can just stick your name on this and put this in a bubble mailer or a box or whatever the case may be. So that kind of stuff we can do. What I cannot do, I cannot do things where I have to make lists and spreadsheets and all of that kind of stuff. So can't do that. Hold on. Questions? I'm trying with the new system of doing things. I am trying to rectify that situation, Shelley. I believe in the very near future, we will be able to speed up the timing of everything. So that's kind of the goal. I can't do any paper packs or anything like that because I have to do lists, and I can't do the list thing because it has to all be built out. It takes too long. Card catalog cards. Again, that would be a list. It has to be like one single items tonight. One thing that I can stick your name on. Where's Daniel's comment? I don't see Daniel's comment. Oh, right there. That is funny. Cigar labels you can use because they're like little they're kind of the shape of little clock pointers in my mind anyway. I mean, you can use them as little tabs to keep things closed. You could use them as little pointers. You could use them as a little label on something. I've used them a whole big bunch of different ways, just as an embellishment. Like you just layer it in with things. You can use them. I'll have to use them. I'll have to do them in a video. I will definitely try to remember to write that on my list of videos to film for you. Okay. Books. The $4,000 order, it is super, super packed and taped and big and heavy. It has ledgers in it and some other things. I didn't bring it in here. I'm not going to, in all honesty, because what's in there? I know there's a $2,000 book in there, so I'm not going to discount that anyway. So I'm just going to leave that one to break apart and do something else with. But that is the only other one. There is one of the $2,000 books. It was claimed by somebody who's never shopped and claimed here before. And that's just kind of what happens sometimes. I've talked about it enough. You guys know who does it. You guys know what the issues are. So let's just move on from there. Okay. Do you guys want me to do the books I just showed? Books in general? Do you want me to find other things? Your prize are probably going to be like, yes, 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 because I just asked a whole big bunch of questions and didn't wait for answers. I do not have any magazines pulled. I can't do those. I can't do those. That would take too much time. And it's not like I'm not willing to do it. I'm just not willing to do it tonight because it will delay everybody else's everything. And I usually would consider doing it, but for that book specifically, at this point, I am going to do something entirely different with it. You guys will not be seeing it again. I will be doing something different with it. Okay, let's do the books. Let's do the books. I'm just going to offer them. If they go, they go. If you guys want some ledgers, we can do some ledgers too. It has to be things. It can be small things that I can put your name on. I do have some small things too. So if we just want like small, what do I have back here? What can we do that is small? I have a bin of small things. I have, what is this? Well, I take that back. I may not be doing small things unless I can find something else. Because I would rather not that either, because that's a whole big bunch of packing. So let's not. I'm just going to offer these. We'll see what happens with them. Okay, the two Italian French dictionaries. I'm going to put them in the correct order. This is number 1. This is number 2. 2 is fatter than number 1. Usually the last one in the series has some like extra pages in the back. This guy does not. Like usually there's an index in one of them that makes it fatter. This one doesn't have any index. It's literally all dictionary pages. So a big old bunch of them. You're going to have rag paper dictionary pages for forever. Okay. That was overview of number 2. Number 1 is probably the same. Starting in the very back. Even number 1 has a huge amount of pages. I can barely hold it in my hand. Just a gigantic amount of very nice rag paper pages. And again, if you missed it, it's 1802. So basically the beginning baby stages of 1800s. It does have a pattern on the edge. It's like a speckle pattern. I don't know if you guys can see it, maybe a little bit. It's like a little speckle pattern. And it has it on this one too. So that's those. Number 1, number 2. Normally, I would take these apart and put these into rag paper page packs. That's what I will do if they stay, possibly. A jelly donut. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's do... I see you guys talking about that. I had way too much coffee to even consider it. Total number of pages, 720. A has 720. B has 899. 720, 899. Okay, let me get these typed in. Antique, French, and Italian dictionary. And it's just, you know, if somebody wants both of them because they want the whole set, if somebody wants both, because this one does end with a Z, so it is the full one. If somebody wants both, I'm going to take the person who wants both over people who want to separate them, because some people might want to keep them together. So Antique French Italian dictionary, let's do them for, I'm going to do them at 200 each. And then if somebody wants both, you'll need to say both, and I will put you to the top of the line, if there is a line, because I would rather they stay together. I just put it in, sorry. I don't often get the ones where they have Italian and French in them, and I don't know if you guys can hear, they are sold, but the paper, can you guys hear like the crinkly? This is very, very nice rag paper. That's what rag paper should sound like. If it sounds all soft and quiet, it's probably not rag paper. People always ask, how can you tell if it's rag paper? I'm down to describing sounds. That's why I'm laughing. Okay, so I see one person claimed both. Well, several people say both, actually. But the first person to say both is Coventry. Coventry. Thank you, thank you. Just going to write ×2. All right, so those are invoicing now, shipping now. There's that. And if you get multiple things, or if you already have one, I don't think you did, but maybe you did. If you already want something else, I will try my hardest to combine everything. It should be possible throughout the night. Okay, these guys. There's multiple like this. Just so you know, before I begin, I like to show you all, so you know. These ones will not go all together. They're not gonna. So this one is a one-off. There's only one of this series of this book. This is the whole book. But this one is very similar, and there's 5. These are very large books. So let me put them in order. 2, 3, 5, 6, and I think this is 7. So we don't have a whole series on this series. I'm going to sell them individually anyway, but they're very similar to this guy down here. They have some of the same fancy pages. That one wanted to fall out anyway. Let me move them. Just so you know, because I'm going to sell this guy first, but just so you know, there are similar ones. This is how these start out. They are $17.28. So $17.28 in this series. They're very, very beautiful books. They have the fancy things. The rag paper in both of these series is fabulous. Larger, I will measure them, but they're larger books for sure. I'm looking for the fancies. And every time I think they're not in here, then if I look closer, I find them. So maybe I found one that there isn't, but I'm pretty sure there are fancies in here. Okay, well, let's go with this one as not having fancies, but if I pull another one from the series, I'm pretty sure there's fancies in there. It always just has to prove you wrong right when you're live. It's so hilarious. It has such a good sense of humor. But throughout them, there we go. We do have fancies. I'm pretty sure the other one does too, but you have to find the right exact page for it. And it just likes doing it to you while you're live. It's kind of funny. So anyway, there's a series of these. Yes, they are religious textbooks also, like text-based books. There was something there that I passed that thing. So anyway, there is a couple of those family tree looking things throughout this series as well. But that's what these are. So we're going to do this one first, and then we'll come to the next series if we need to. This guy, he has this kind of a spine. He was in a library at some point, probably Hogwarts. He's a good size book. He measures, I didn't measure the other ones either. They were good size too, 7 inches by 9.5. So very large. His date, he has marble paper, they all do. He was given to somebody or put in a library at 1939. He is 1744. 1744. I really had to think on that one. Somebody has taken out this little emblem here and then repaired it, but other than that, I didn't see anything wrong with it. This is the one with the family tree looking things. There's a couple of those. You saw them there. The fancy marks, all that kind of stuff. See, they're just wanting to hide right now. But hear how thick this paper is. Like, if you want the best rag paper, if you can bear to take this guy apart, that's what we're doing. Okay. All right. Individually. Yep, individually. Okay. Hershey bar. Guys, you're gonna make me hungry. And I only have leftover chicken enchilada casserole tonight. So, okay. This guy right here. How many pages does he have? 455-ish. There's a little index in the back. And his pages are very thick. And he's the one with the music too. I forgot to show you guys that again. But that's that one. Okay? We're doing him. Oh, I can't paste it, can I? Because I didn't save it from last time. So it's going to be Antique French large book. And it's a special book. I'm just going to say special because when I look back at this, I need to know why this book was that price. Okay. Antique French large book special. And we're going to do him for... I'm going to do him for 300. And that might seem a lot for you guys. But if you look at these books, you will see them for more. I'm going to do it at 300. It may or may not go. It's going in now. If it goes, great. If it doesn't go, at least I could think about putting it into paper packs. I don't know if I would this one, but I might one or two of the other ones if they stay here. I don't know, Kelly. You might have to watch and see. I don't know. We're just pulling things off the shelf. There isn't stuff planned for tonight. It's just, yep, grabbing books. I do have books that are under 100 if that's what you're asking for. Okay, so that guy goes to Daniel. Let me sticky him if I can find the sticky notes. Hopefully you guys didn't just see my head. I lost my sticky notes. Okay, that went to Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. I know you're going to love it, but I don't know if you're going to take it apart. That's a hard one. When they're that way, it's hard for me to take them apart. Okay, thank you. Let's look at this one. Or I'm going to start with the fat guys. So we're going to do it like this. The fat ones are going to go first. So I'm just going to totally pull them out of order and put them to us. What matters most is probably size anyway, like page count. So fattest is first, and then we'll work our way to the skinniest one. I will price them according to how much beautiful things they have in them and how many pages, because for junk journal people, that's what we care about. So let's do that. Thank you, Daniel. Okay, so here's this. There's his cover. He does have a little border all the way around his cover. He's in pretty good shape for as old as he is. I think we said these were 1744 or something. They have marble paper. These are the same size as the last one. I think it was 17 by 9 or 7 by 9.5. 1728 on these ones. The last one was 1744, maybe. 1728. And we start here. Lovely thick paper again. This guy has a title page or a beginning right here. I just love this. Yeah, I don't know if I'd take it apart either, but there are more pretties, but where? Your guess is as good as mine. We're at page 200. Looking. There's something there. That and a whole nother part of the book. I don't know if this is a whole nother volume bound in there or what. I don't know. But there is another part in there. I don't see a lot for finding the ones that don't have them, I guess. I don't know. We'll find out together. I know there's one with maps in it because I saw, or not maps, family tree thingies in there, which isn't what they really are, but you guys know what they are. I don't really see a whole lot in this one, so we're just going to do it for what it is. I'm going to base it off of the beautiful rag paper and the couple pretties that we did see. Okay, total page count in all. Because there's 2 books, there's going to be 2 page counts here. We're at 335-ish roughly, and it starts over right there. And we're at 430 here, so 770 to 780 roughly in this book. Okay. Let's put that in. All right. It is antique, 1728, large French book. It's actually, just so you know, this is Latin. So I'm just going to type Latin, even though these came from France. 1728 large Latin book. Let's do it. It's the fattest one. Let's do it. Let's do it for 275. We're going to do it for 275. Okay. Wendy. Wendy, do you want to tell me what that means? A and B or B and C? I don't know what that means, Wendy. Does anyone else know what that means? Did I mess something up somewhere along the way? There's 5 books total. Are you trying to claim more than one from this series? I'm confused. Maybe she doesn't mean that at all. Maybe I just need to... You want 2 books. Okay. She just wants to make sure she has 2 of them. Okay. Perfect. Let's give you this one for now. Thank you, Wendy. And the next book, I don't know what is in the next one. So this is the next one. This is the next fattest. Let's see how this works out. So marble paper again, same series. Begins the same way. Still 1728. It starts out exactly the same. I'm missing a page right here. That one. Beautiful. I'm going to start flipping and see what we find in this guy. So there's a few little things here. Another book or another part of a book, part of the series, something. There may or may not have been one there. I don't know. I'll tell you how many pages though. So there's 240 in that first part of the book. There's another one there. There's one here. There's another one. Gosh, it just feels amazing. So that's 316. So 240 and 316. So we end here at 406. So I think that's all 406 pages. There's another one of those. And there's another one that begins here at $4.94. Another one of those. Can't do it. It's such thick rag paper, it doesn't want to flip. There's one here. And we're at 102 here. So it started over at some point. It started over after about 500, 488 it looks like, and then it went to 102. So you're at what is that? 600 basically. 488, no, yeah, about 600. Okay, so we're here. Not that it probably matters. Probably not going to dig it apart, but it's beautiful. And it ends here at 188. So I think it's like roughly 488 plus 188. And it has, of course, marble to play with. If you're going to take it apart, you've at least got some nice larger sizes of marble paper. Okay, this would be the B. He is a little more decorated. How many of you will be mad if I give it to Wendy? She wants A and B, and I do have 3 more. Do I need to put it in and just make it be like, fair? She has to claim it. I think that's probably what we need to do, but antique Latin book. I'm going to do it at the same $2.75. I would have normally done it for more because it has more pages, like more decorative pages in it. Everybody says they're all good with it. Okay. I'm going to give it to Wendy then, even though I just made you all look at it. It makes sense also because she's international, and 2 might make sense to pay shipping on for her, but she may not have only wanted to pay shipping on 1, that kind of a situation. So because you are international, I'm going to discount your shipping, what it would have cost me to ship them in the US. So I'm going to weigh them and find out what I would have had to pay to ship these in the US. And I will discount that, like take that away from the shipping that it is for you internationally. Because everyone else who's in the US, it's free shipping night. For people who are not in the US, I'm just going to discount whatever I would have spent in the US. Does that make sense? Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that very much. Okay. Next fattest. I will go faster, I guess. Next fattest. He's book number 7, if that matters. We're still in 1728. It still has beautiful pages. A little more up here in the front. These ones, I love the font they've used here. A bunch more of that up here. And then you get to that. Such nice paper. Okay. Going through here, we have a little something something here. I'm going to miss it again. Right there. That one. There's one there. We just passed by it. There. There. So several. You just passed another one. There's several in that part of the book. There's several back here, I'm sure. I was looking to see if that little family tree thing, which I don't need to call it that, but I don't know what else it is. I don't know what the word is for it. So several. We end back here with 538 pages. I think that is accurate overall. It looks like it. So about 538 pages. Okay. There's that one. We will just keep the same price because it just makes sense. I should. I'm just going to keep it same for this one. When I get to the super skinny, I will probably lower the price just because it is skinnier, but I want to see what is in it first. All right, this one went to Rhonda. Thank you, Rhonda. Rhonda Show. All right, thank you, thank you. Next one. And those are big books. The next fattest is this guy. He's tome number 2. Opens the same. I'm sure he's still 1728. There he is. He has those same pages that I like in the front. All of the series will. Opens to that. He has in total 500, about 512, 515, somewhere in that range of pages. There's one there. And there may be something I missed. There is one here. He is hiding. There. So they are in there. I'm pretty sure we missed one. There's one there. I don't know if you guys can see them as they flip by, but no family tree thing in this one. Anyway, we're going to do him same price. I'm only going to discount the small one. I'm still looking for family tree though. So that just went in if anybody wants him. And I know we looked at this one initially. I don't even think. Oh yeah, there is pretties in that one. See, we just missed it the first time we were looking. Okay, so this one is going to Pammy. She's first in, guys. Pammy, thank you. I appreciate it. I better write this as well. And thank you for putting your name in. Okay, last one. I'm going to do it a little less as long as there's no family tree in there. I didn't see it the first time, so there's probably not. But he's a little skinnier. Tome 3. Trying to say English and French all at the same time. Volume 3, Tome 3. All right. He opens up the same. We looked at him 1728. He has those same little pages in the front. Opens there. And I know I found one back here, and I don't know if I can find any more. There's one. And I don't know that that's the one I found before. It's not, because the other one had an opposing pretty thing. So they are in all of them, but they are hiding. You guys will find some treasures. There's ink on the bottom of that one. There's one there. See, we looked through this entire thing, and I did not find them the first time. I'm telling you, it just likes to do it when I'm live. When I'm looking at them at home and the camera's not on, it's like pretty. When you have the camera on, it's like, no. Anyway, so they're in there too. I did not see a family tree thingy in this one. They might be hiding in one of the ones we sold. It may still be hiding in here. I thought there was one in this series as well. So I'm going to type this guy in, and we are going to discount him a little. I didn't tell you total. Oh, I did. 500 roughly. Did I do it on this one? I thought I did. Yes, 500 roughly. Losing my mind. I'm going to discount him to 240. He still has lots of pretties in him, and he went in there. It was really hard for me not to keep one of these. I did not keep any of these. But what I did is I did take out a whole big bunch of pages of rag paper books the other day. And these were in the stack, and I was almost going to do it. And then I was like, no, I can't. I couldn't do it. They were too pretty. We are going to do the first person in is Shelly. So did I miss something from Daniel before he left, or are you guys just talking? I think it was in Daniel's. Oh, the tree? Maybe. Shelly got this one. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Keeping with this theme, I don't know if I want to do that tonight. Okay. Keeping with this theme, we're going to have show and tell now. It can be show and tell, or it can be show and sell, but I'm going to start it off with show and tell. It doesn't have to be for sale. If you guys, I know you're going to want it, but if you guys want it really bad, we can sell it. But let me show you what they are. We have several little things and one ginormous thing. Then if you guys want something else, we'll do something else. I don't think this will take forever, but so you know how big those last books were? There's this book. This is what's called, like, books have size formats. This is a folio format when it's ginormous like this. So it's very, very big book. This is dated to the 1600s. Very beautiful. I'm going to slide it down here, and we're just going to look at the top of it because that's all we can. This is the piece from the cover. It was in a library. It has a little library sticker on the front cover over here. Can't see it, can you? There it is. This is just the piece from the spine that I saved. So it starts out here. It's very beautiful. And I was thinking with this one, illuminated letters. I couldn't remember the word. There it is. Beautiful, beautiful rag paper. Super old. A book from the 1600s in this size is extremely rare. Like, you don't find them for reasonable prices. You don't. Especially pretty ones. So I'm going to thumb through it so we don't have to flip through every page. But there are lots of... you can't fit it on my desk. There's lots and lots of these. Basically, like, every page has one somewhere on it. Every other page, something like that. But it's just a big, beautiful book of rag paper. And these are such nice pages. I think if this does not sell whole, I would take it apart and just sell, like, folios or something. Or make some paper packs. But obviously, you know, I didn't find it for nothing either. I had to pay up for it. But usually they're a lot of money. But they're so beautiful. And I love all the foxing. I love the water speckles and spots. Like, to me, a book from the 1600s, it's just going to have some marks in it. So, you know, it's what I expect from it. But so we're in the index back there. So beautiful. I know you guys want to pet it. You want feel-o-vision because it's very, very big. So overall, page size, like, if you're just looking at page size, we're going to put that in the center. It's over 9, about 9.25. And I have to extend my measuring. 14.5 by 9.25. It's very big page size. So how many of you guys want this paper? I know, take it apart. That's what I'm thinking. So beautiful. Think of the, and this is Latin. Think of the, I believe it is Latin. I say it with such confidence, but I'm pretty sure it is. Think of the Italian journals that we could do. Like, I know I've done Italian ladies journals, but obviously we're just going to make them again at some point. Think of the Italian ladies journals we would make with this paper. In other countries, you find the big folio size a lot more commonly, but not really here. So, anyway, that's that. What do you guys think? You guys like it as much as I do? I think because it is a little more beat up on the outside, like it's missing part of its spine, it's coming open. Like there's even a secret little note tucked in there. Probably like the library dating system or something. I don't know, but that's tucked in there. I think because it's beat up, I could take this guy apart, but he's so lovely. Should I offer it whole or should I take it apart? Because if I take it apart, yes, I have to manually take it apart. And it has a ginormous amount of pages. It has a ginormous amount of pages. It starts over and stops, so it's harder to figure out, but because it's obviously not page 20. So it looks like it starts over right there and goes to this. I don't know. It's at least 600 pages. Apart. Coventry, I'll take it. Take it apart. And then a few people who want it whole. I'm really torn of what to do with it because at one point I understand like I would like some of it too, but at the other part, it's so beautiful as it is. Okay. Well, that's part of show and tell. We're going to leave that there while I show you some other things to make you drool. I'm not saying I won't sell it. I just need a minute to think about it. Where did I put those other things I brought over here? I literally had other things in my hand a moment ago. How many of you guys do that? How many of you do it 10 times a day like I do? So I would also like to show you guys this. And this. So let's look at this one. All right. So if I put this guy in, if I put him in for sale and he doesn't go, then I guess we know what we need to do with him. Let's just do it. I can't, like, you're getting that. I can't fit it in there. I'm going to put it in. I know, that's what I'm going to do, Susan. I'm going to do it. But I just need you to understand, it's not going to be inexpensive. It is a 1600s folio size rag paper book. Like, and it's a fatty. It's not a skinny, tiny one. It's a fatty. Like, it's a fatty. I can't do it in one hand. It doesn't fit, even if I stretch it over. It's a fatty. All right, I'm doing it. I'm going to say folio size. Antique book. We're just going to call it that. We're going to be super simple. I have to think about what I would sell the little peach packs for. I am going to ask this much money for it. Will be a surprise to all of us. I'm going to sell him for $900. If he goes, he goes. If he doesn't, I will take him apart, put the labor into it, and make the page packs. Obviously, I'm always looking for these, but I have not had one of these ever at all whole. I have had part of one before, but I have never had one whole. So he did sell, and now I have to ship him. All right, so he went to first person in is actually Rhonda. Sorry, Coventry. Rhonda's claimed him. Rhonda Show. Thank you, thank you. I am sad, but I am also happy for you to enjoy him. Thank you very much. Let's save that little piece in there. I mean, some people want the little bits of leather and stuff, and I do have a whole big bunch of book covers. So there's that. The next one is different. It's not actually book. I mean, it is a book, but it starts out like this. So it is a navy blue. I don't know if you can see. It's navy blue. And it's all hand cross-stitched. And it's a book, and it also is all cross-stitched around the back. And at first I was thinking they like took a tablecloth or a table runner and covered a book. But this is clearly made for this book cover, so they didn't do that. It does have this little rope braided trim around the edges of the book. And that's its spine. Its spine has definitely seen better days because it's, you know, been exposed and it has wear on it, but it's so beautiful just to have that front piece. So beautiful. So it's a journal of a young girl's handiwork, basically. Needlework. Crochet. So it opens up and it is a book of what looks like silk pages. All silk fabric pages, and they all have, it's red. It was red. You'll see in the back they're less faded, but anywhere where it could get exposed it started to fade. But it's a book of silk pages, what feels like silk. They all have crochet samples, and this young girl did all of this work, and so she was keeping a record, and or it could have been while she was in school, and she was having to show that she knew how to make all of these patterns. A long time ago they used to in schools, religious schools, girls schools, orphanage schools, whatever you want to call them, all different kinds of things, they made the girls learn how to crochet, and then the girls would crochet, and the organization, the school, whatever, would sell the crochet work that the girls did. And so they had to show that they were proficient in making all the patterns. So anyway, this is her hand workbook. And it could have been a woman as well, but it says young woman on the front. So there's that. And so it is a darker red base. You can see the basting stitches around all the back of them. They are so beautiful. There's many pages in here. And these are far better than like the blue paper versions, if you've ever seen those. Though the blue paper versions are very common. It's the most common type of book like this. This is on a whole different level. The crochet work is on a whole different level. It's very, very well done. The book cover kind of shows you how nice the rest of the book is going to be. But there's just a ton of samples in here. And it would kill me to do it, but if you were inclined to, you could frame every single one of these panels as well as the front and back cover of the book. But there's a lot of them in here. So this I loved when I took this out of the box. It was so beautiful. And it was one of those things where I couldn't tell how beautiful it was going to be until I actually had it in my hands. These look like tatting. That's 2 pages. I'm still flipping pages. There's a lot of pages, and there is a bunch of blank pages as well. You might be inclined to add to the blank pages. But see, in the back, we get to more of a red. And in my camera, it always shows it flame orange, but it is red. And then back here, there is a bunch of blank pages, like a bunch because they're thin. But there is a little bit more work back here. And I don't know if it was added later by somebody, or maybe they put it back here because it was a different kind of work. Again, this stuff looks like tatting to me. And this, I'm not sure exactly what that would be called, but it's a different kind of work. And I thought there was one other page. Maybe that is it. I'm not sure. But there is a lot of other blank pages here where you could do something with them. But anyway, I tried to keep it flat as much as I could because I don't want it to get wrinkled. That's the book. That's the back. And that's the book. I mean, there is a lot of pages in it. And they're silk, so they're thin. What do you guys think? Do you love it as much as I love it? Because I would not be sad at all if it stayed here with me. That's why it's show and possibly sell. Because in all honesty, I really loved that last book. It hurts a little, but I am happy. I am happy that other people also enjoy it. So, if I was to do this one, is there somebody out there, keeping in mind it will not be inexpensive, is there somebody out there who is in love with it enough that they would like to have it for, I mean, it is a very reasonable price for what it is. It's just this type of thing in this quality is not inexpensive. I have other sample books of crochet that are quite inexpensive. This one is on a whole different level. The quality of work, the book itself, it's just entirely different. I think I don't know. It's an animal, silk is an animal thing, so I don't know. But it oxidizes. The dye might, be the problem here, not necessarily the silk, but it oxidizes from being exposed to air. If you're going to take them apart and frame them, I would put them in glass, but I don't know that I could take them apart. That's the thing. I don't know that I could. Okay. It doesn't have a year. I know it is very, very old. It's well over 100 years old, but I don't know any more than that. It's not dated. I didn't see a name anywhere. It's just got that, describing that this is a young woman's needlework book. Okay. If you are interested in purchasing, say yes now. Otherwise, I will keep it. I know I didn't tell you a price because it's not even worth it to try figure out if nobody's interested in it. The other thing I have, and this is different, so you may or may not like it, but I think you guys are going to like it, is this little book. And it's not a little ledger. Definitely not a little ledger. It's handwritten music. So it is got a name up there. It doesn't have a date. That might be a name of a song though, but it is all handwritten music. So I don't know, the songs, what they are. I don't know what year. I know it is antique. It's over 100 years old. That's all I know, but it is all handwritten music. The paper is very nice and thick. I would love to scan it. There's some blue ink back here, or maybe it was purple, but it's quite beautiful. And so there's just a number of pages of all handwritten music. Handwritten music can be very valuable depending on, if it's an original song and it's a good one, it could be very valuable to own the original song, right? I believe that's a bouquet of pansies. And then this is an index which tells you which page which song is on. So maybe this person hand wrote some music and they carried this book around with them and played it. That might be possible. Very nice though. Do I have anyone interested in that book as its entirety, Scan the book or scan the music or scan the lacy stuff? Because the lacy stuff could be scanned. It's a little more challenging when it is three-dimensional. It is nice to see, even if it was something I wanted to show you guys, even if no one was interested in purchasing it, I wanted to show it to you because it makes us happy to look at them, even if, we're not in the market for them right now. Totally good. To hear the music, I know. Okay, so it looks like we have a few people interested in the music book. So let me try to figure it out. I think we said it was like 70, 85, 95. There's roughly 95 pages in here of handwritten music. It's numbered to 95. So for the music book, somebody will need to play it. Let's do this. Let's do antique handwritten music book. I'm just going to say music book. We don't need to get special about it. For roughly 100 pages of handwritten music, I'm going to do it for... I'm going to do it for 400. I have a rationale behind that, but I'm going to do it for 400. Part of it is cool because it is an entire collection and it is in a cute little book. The other part of the pricing of that goes into if I pulled each page out and sold each page individually of handwritten music from what I believe is 1800s, I think we would be well over that. So I'm going to put it in at 400. If it goes, it goes. The little book of this does not make me sad because honestly, I had really planned on keeping it, but I have already told you about the other lace sample books. And so these kinds of things don't do well in Arizona because it's so hot and dry. They just don't. They shouldn't stay here in all honesty. It's just, we don't have moths. So I guess from that aspect, it's good. We don't have moths that eat things and damage them. The Book of Music has found a new home. And that is going to Rhonda. Thank you, Rhonda. Now, are you going to try to play it or have someone play it? Or, I shouldn't get nosy about it, but I'm just curious. So those were my show and tells for tonight. I have another show and tell, but it's for a different night because it's like a long show and tell. It's a long one. All right. So I'm going to keep that one. That's going, yes, play it. Okay. You'll have to, see if you can find a way to record playing it or something maybe and share it in the Facebook group, like a video of it. I don't know. That's probably asking a whole big bunch from you, but I thought it would be cool to hear too. Okay. So there's that. I don't want to get myself into too terribly much more packing and shipping and invoicing tonight. Is there someone who you'll try? Thank you. You don't have to, and don't feel pressure, please. I just thought it would be cool if it's easy for you to do it. But if not, then don't worry about it. Obviously, I don't want to create work for you and stuff. Does anyone want? I could do a couple ledgers. I can't do super big ones that are going to take an hour to pack, because that's the problem with big ledgers is they take a lot to pack. But I could do ones that could fit in a flat rate box. Do you guys want, is anyone here wanting ledgers? They have to be fitting in a flat rate box though, tonight. I have gigantic ones, but I'll bring them on another night where I can fit them in with packaging. I can't overcommit myself, which is a problem. Okay. It looks like we're probably good to wrap this. And that way I can just invoice this couple bins that I have going here. Let's just wrap it. Let's just do that. I do have more books. There is another pile of specialty books. Does anyone want more specialty books? You loved the variety? The randomness of random? Okay, this is the only last pile of things that is sitting there that are like one-off things. There's 3 more of those. These I would probably say no to. Well, they're specialty, but they're not for tonight. And then there's those. That's it. You guys see? Do you see that one? Yeah, that one's here. This guy's cover is loose. These 2 are they're nice, but they're not. I don't want to pack and ship a bunch of small things tonight. I could, I guess, if somebody said they wanted it. Let me do it quick, or attempt to. It's just the last pile sitting on my floor, honestly. Handwriting. I have lots of handwriting, Pamela. Let's try doing some I always have handwriting stuff. Let's try doing some handwriting stuff the next sale. Because when I do handwriting, I have a lot of it and I usually sell it in packs, or I have like 30 books of it or something like that. So let's do it when I make lists. Small is good for you. Well, you could reach out to me. You're living like half an hour from me or something. So anyway, I always tease her. We have this gigantic fat book. I have this, which I don't even remember what it is. It's a dictionary, and it's a pasty paper one. Paste paper one. I can't say pasty paper. That sounds terrible. It is a paste paper one. I have another smaller dictionary, a French dictionary. These are 1700s. French dictionary. I have this, which is a missal, so a prayer book. Has some nice pages in it, and it's a fat one. I have this one, which is a decorated page one, where every page has a beautiful little scene on it. That one escaped the other night. I don't know what happened, but it was not in its place, so it got missed. There's that. And then this guy with his covers off, his front and his back cover off, but he also has decorations in him. Oh, he has pressed flowers. That's right. So he has pressed flowers and these absolutely stunningly beautiful old plates in him. He's old. He's got the illuminated letters and more pressed leaves and flowers. I love these kind of images. They're so sweet and beautiful. And then this is the front one. Tell me that would not make an awesome cover, like the front piece on a journal. If he stays, I will scan him. There is a little bit of torn paper here in the front on the flyleaf. It starts out here. I guess we're starting with this one because I'm showing him in his entirety. There's a little handwritten notations here, letter, whatever you want to call it. That's handwritten. That's somebody wrote in there. And then I'll show you the rest of the plates if I can find them. But these would be awesome in page packs too. The plates are all framed fancy. There was leaves or flowers in there. I passed it. Ah, right there. So beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, he's first. I swear we're wrapping after this. I can't make myself too much work. There's that. Remember, his covers are off. Quickly, I'm just going to title all of these antique book. You guys will know what they are. For him, I'm going to do him at... I need to make him a better deal and shipping. I'm going to do him at 70. including shipping. So 70, as long as you're in the US, that includes shipping, and he's going in now. I would have done him for more. There's him at 70. And he found a new home to Deborah. Thank you, Deborah. Perfect. Next guy is the decorated page one. He's got like a burgundy, crocky leather cover. Beautiful inside. Like even this on the front cover of a journal, and then you could build your little scene in there. And of course, there's one in the back too. But these are the decorated pages. I'll try to get the little bird in the nest on the side. Rose. Super sweet. I know there are bigger images in there that I just missed. But every page, and some plates that look something like this. Beautiful. Okay, so there's that guy. Paula. You're just after Deborah, Paula. Right after her. This guy is also, I'm going to do him at 60, including shipping, which is less than we normally do. And I need to copy this time. Yes, I do. There we go. It's going in. Not rag paper. The prayer books usually are not rag paper, just because when it was in fashion to have these and give them as gifts, which most of these were given as a gift, they didn't do rag paper then, really. Okay, so that one went to Rhonda, and this is Rhonda Little Bit. Thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate that. There's that one. Next, we're going here. This is a fat one. He's kind of green. I hope you guys can see. It's kind of green. There's his spine. And I mean like Chunky Monkey. This would make a really awesome journal. I think this may have even sold once and something happened. I have no idea. Or maybe I had 2 of them. That's possible too. I love this. This is unique. I haven't seen that kind of marbling before. There's the back. Thousands of pages in this. Literally thousands. They're thin like Bible pages because it is a prayer book, but there is some very nice illustrations in here. There's a little bit of music you see there. All kinds of things were explained, and all your prayers, your holy days, everything in here. Okay, so that's this guy. This one. Not rag. I'll tell you if it's rag. I mean, I try to. No harm in asking, but I'll try to tell you. At a discounted price tonight at $40. 40, and there probably is dates. I mean, this is like 19 something. It's printed in Paris, but 1950. So this is 1950. The ones were earlier before. This is how they get later in time. This is usually the format. Okay, he went to, you all have gotten some, no. Mary Robb. Mary Robb has not had anything tonight. Now I know that makes me another package, so that really was stupid, but Mary Robb, he's yours. I should just make it easier for myself. Plus, Deborah and Rhonda are going to be upset now. But I'm trying to be fair on sale night. This dictionary is next. He is a very cute little dictionary. That's what he looks like all the way around. He's A through E of the French language. I don't know if I have another one. Probably not, but he's 1775. I think, yes, 1775. He is beautiful rag paper. This is what he looks like inside. Hundreds of pages. He is about, I'd say 4x6 or 4 by 6.5, 6.5 by 4.5, something in that range. I saw something and I was going to show you and I lost it. So anyway, how many pages? 600 at least. So there's that. And that has no marble flyleaf page, but this does have the marble flyleaf page. The little handwriting in the back. There's that. French dictionary. I'm just trying to, you know, like everybody wants to get something if they can on the sale night. I get it. I'm just trying to do that. French dictionary 1700s. Tonight and tonight only. I will do him at 90. He would always have a 1 in front of him. I cut up a lot of those the other day. Okie dokie. Tor, you are first on the list. Thank you, Tor. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. We're down to our last 2 books, unless somebody says they want something they already know it's here, but that's that. He is a paste paper cover. So paste paper covers were a way of adding interest and decoration and also preserving book covers. So that's that. That's the kind of thing he is. People collect books that have these covers on them specifically for it. He's kind of a blue-green in real life. And that's his spine. He says he is a dictionary. He's printed in 1803. And he's laid out more like encyclopedia. And the paper in here, can you hear? The paper is amazing. I put it in front of the microphone. I don't know if that made a difference for you guys, but the paper is amazing. And he's just a gigantic book. Like I can't bend it because it's such sturdy, thick paper. Gigantic book of it. He has in total 800 pages. That's 800. And he ends in Z and he starts in A. No, he doesn't. He starts in L. L through Z. So you have half. I don't know. I don't have another one of these. So we only have half of him. He's about, I don't know, what is he? 5 by 7? 5 by 8? 5 by 8. Okie doke. Yeah, that's illuminated does throw me too. That's why I was not sure. That's the only, I think they might actually be called something else because I remember another word, but I don't know. I need to do more book research with as many books as I sell. Okay, this guy here, he has more pages for certain. He has paste paper cover. I'm going to still discount him, but I want $140 for him. Because at 1,000 pages of that quality of paper, I know I can make 1 million paper packs. So he is at 140. And to spread the wealth, he is going to CC. And I don't mean to be like weird and braggy or whatever you're going to say about that, but you know what I mean. He went to CC. The next one, I am going to do this up for grabs for anyone because, again, you may be doing international shipping, whatever, I don't know, but he's probably the fattest book I've ever had as a book. I've had fatter ledgers, but as a book, I don't think I've had a fatter one. That might not mean anything until you see a ruler next to it, but he's like fat. Like, I don't know how many pages, but thousands. And this is his cover. He had some gold trim around him. He's worn. Those are wear spots. And then this is his spine. Again, I don't know if you could take it apart, but I need the pages out of it if he stays. If he stays, he's just pages for me. Okay, he opens up to this lovely, lovely, super old marbled paper. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for helping me clean out. You cleaned off the floor. You cleaned off a bin of unclaimed orders. You guys are amazing. Okay. So this is 1600s. I need to type this in because now I am guessing myself. I'm pretty sure. We just need to check it in. We just need to. Somebody out there already knows because I'm pretty sure it is, but I just want to double check myself. Okay. 1668. I am accurate. Okie doke. I needed that double checking. Okay. So this one right here is 1668 dictionary. Very beautiful book, thousands of pages. Maybe this one has the family tree now that I look at it. We open up to this. Notice I'm holding this cover. I just don't want to put extra stress on it. I love how it opens up right here. But damn. Anyway, it's smaller text inside of the book, but you've got this advertisement in the front and it runs for several pages, but it is super, super nice. And again, that nice font in there. There's where it ends. Then we begin here. I love this. So this one says like geography and like chronologically. I'm not sure. I don't know. But what I noticed in here is there's a bunch of names throughout the book. The whole like dictionary part is names. I mean, it's other places and stuff too, but it's got a lot of names in here. So I would really like to know what this guy is. But the pages, this little bookmark up there at the top, the pages are super, super nice. With the bigger name and then the little description. I don't know what it is, but I'm in love with it. So if it stays, that's okay too. I will make packs probably, but it needs to stay here entirely whole for a while. It's a massively fat book, guys. It has 2,500 wormy eaten whole right there. 2,530-ish pages. We're at 2,523 and we have that little section. So that's the book. This is the back. You can see it is starting. That's what's holding the front too. It is starting to come apart there. These little pages need corrected before I flatten them. These are the little helper pieces to bind the book. And what this is one of those old vellum parchments with the handwriting put in there as a little repair. And it used to be a little hinge right here. They pulled back the paper and glued it there. So anyway, there's a little bit of vellum parchment in there. I don't want to mess that up. I need to move it, put that down, and then flatten as best as I can. Okay, so anyway, we're going to do it. I'm going to open it halfway. There's an ink spot. I guess this is like half. Okay. Look at you guys. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. The medieval illuminated is like the most valuable with all the fancy gold. Yeah. Okay. We're going to put him in for sale. I didn't measure him. Did I? I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. What did I say he was? 7 by 9.5? He's big, but I'm trying to read. Okay. So I'm going to type him in. Please understand he is a special book. We have never had one like this before. I will probably never have another. He is very similar to that very big one. He has a lot more pages, but very similar. I don't think so because there's way too many in here. I don't think so. I mean, you guys can look it up. You guys can Google it right now and you'll tell me. I didn't do it. I didn't really honestly think we were going to sell these tonight. But if you look it up, it's theology. So theology, history, poetry, cosmography, chronologically, I don't know. Continent, I don't know. You guys will have to look that up. But that's what it is. I'm going to type a price in. If he goes, he goes. If he doesn't, he doesn't. He is the fattest, biggest book from 1600, and I know he has value. So I am going to ask him for 2,500 pages, $1,200. I know that is expensive, but if I make packs, I promise you that is a good deal. And I have not looked him up. I know you're not going to find one for $10. I know you're not going to find one for $100. I know you're probably not going to find one for $400 or $500, $600. So I have to price him where I think he needs to be. And that's what it is. I am holding the spine underneath of it. See, there's like little bookmarks. It's just a little cut piece of paper. I'm just leaving it in there, but you'll need to take it out when you get it home because that's probably not acid free. And that's that. So every beginning of the letter, like the beginning of this P section, all of the letter sections have this page. I didn't find very many of them, but they all have that page. Okie doke. Tonight is a sad night. Goodness. No, I'm just kidding. I was going to try to find you another beginning of the page or beginning of the letter section. Like here's G. Somewhere there's G. There's G. Very, very nice book, guys. He found a new home, did he? Are you trying to say pricing for earliest illuminated manuscripts, or what are you saying? 800 year, like AD? Is that what you're trying to say? I have to follow along your conversation. The Gutenberg. There may have been one before that, but the Gutenberg is the one that did the first like English Bible, I believe. There may have been an earlier printing press. I know he is accredited for it, but there may have been an earlier one. There was a little bit of controversy there. And that Gutenberg Bible is like so sought after and so expensive. It didn't used to be as expensive, but gosh, it has really gone up. Okay, this one found a new home. There were a couple people interested. Wendy was first, and you guys are congratulating her. So Wendy, I appreciate it very much. I will. Do you want shipped now? Because, I mean, I can do it now, but I'm going to deduct whatever US shipping would be based off weight. Do you want shipped now, or do you want me to hold these? I'll ask you right now live. I'm going to invoice you no matter what tonight for them, but if you want them held for shipping, you can tell me that. Yes, ship now. Ship now. Okay, we're shipping them now. What you guys talking about now? Yes, but there was also a Western world one that they're maybe saying was first. I'm not sure, but off the top of my head, I remember there being some controversy over the Gutenberg one. I think it's accredited as like maybe the first in the Western, or maybe the first it was the first movable type one. I think that's the key, is maybe Gutenberg was first movable type. All right, I'm going to switch the camera. I need to move the camera first. I'm going to switch the camera. Okay, super weird night. Super random stuff. I have books in my way. Random stuff, random unpaid orders. You guys cleared off the floor, so now I can walk around my desk. You cleared out a bin of unpaid, unclaimed, whatever orders. You cleared out some boxes off the floor of Florentine paper. We did some special things that I just couldn't fit into any other sale. We did show and tell and sell for a couple of things. We did a lot of things tonight. However, we have only been going for 3 hours and normally we go for 5 hours. However, I do have to invoice, pack, and ship. So we're going to wrap it for tonight. However, I'll be back on Friday. How do you like all those however? I'll be back on Friday for Craft With Me. It's the Fairy Junk Journal class. It's class number 3. Signatures are all sewn in. I'm starting to glue pockets in mine. This class on Friday is really all about getting all the ephemera in and making more ephemera as we need to. We'll talk about decorating the cover, possibly decorate the cover. We might do the closure for it because some of you guys have asked, since it's a quilt cover, are we going to do a closure? You don't have to. It doesn't have to have a closure at all. You could wrap something around it. I honestly don't know what I'm doing or if I'm doing a closure, but we'll talk about it. I think because the signature is sewn in and I haven't ever done it on camera with you guys, we'll go ahead and put beads or charms or both on the signature strings. I don't know what else, but we'll get into some trouble, I'm quite sure. Okay. Wrapping up the updates. Everything that is here that has been claimed for the last 3 live sales is invoicing now, packing and shipping now. When I say now, I mean it's in process. There are hundreds of orders. It does take some time. Know that if you get invoiced on Tuesday of next week and you feel like you were last and I overlooked you and whatever, just know that they don't get done in any certain order. They get done completely random. Like I might start on one shelf and work my way across of bins. I don't ever put people ahead of the line or whatever, because some people, when it takes a while, they get mad because they feel like I'm overlooking them. And that's part of the reason why we are changing the way things are done so that everyone gets done faster and people don't have to feel like I'm overlooking them. It's usually new people, and it's usually that they haven't been around long enough to understand that everybody gets done eventually. So anyway, don't feel left out because it just takes time. This is the last time that I have to invoice, pack, and ship this way. Going forward, there will be a new system, which I have been promised will be faster, easier, more efficient for my time, for your time. And so that's what we're working towards. I have to watch my shirt. I don't want it to go down too far. Don't you love V-necks for that reason? It's not really a V-neck, but it's a scoop neck. And anyway, sorry, squirrel. Packing and shipping is happening. Just trust me that I'm not happy with the way it is either. Nobody has been mad or angry except for like these couple little people here or there. And I worry about it, but on the plus side, I'm doing something about it. So that's that. Going forward, next time we sell, we will have a different way of doing everything. And I will explain it all. We will have a light selling night so that it's not too crazy. We'll give it a try. Before we go, I want to try out something else with you guys right now. There's 90 of you here. I'm going to... Do I have anything else important to say before I try this? There's something else, a feature that I want to try out with you guys. And I just want to see how it works live while we're not like trying to do something too technical or hard or whatever. But anyway, packing, shipping, invoicing now. Class on Friday. I don't think there was anything else. If I was, you guys yell at me. So I'm going to enable a feature. Let's see how this works for a moment and see what we think. Okay, so does anything look different on your side? My nose is itchy. Does anything look different on your side? I see 0 comments. There they are. Do you guys see how that is working? Do you see it yet? Oh my gosh. I'm telling you guys, I don't get mad at you guys. I don't. I might get annoyed if you're mean to me. I might get annoyed if you're like being disrespectful or rude or just, like not paying attention to rules or whatever. But normally I say something about it before I super like get mad about it. I don't get mad unless you're being mean to me. That's how I'm going to phrase that. You see comments on the screen. Perfect. Okay. So, you know how there's always a million questions about whether you were first, whether you were second, third, whatever the case may be after the go. The comments that you are seeing on the screen right now are the comments that I see through this streaming software. So there is a new feature that I can enable that will show you guys what I see here. So when you think you were missed or you think you were skipped or that I'm like, I have a favorite person and my favorite person is the person that spends the most money. And so I always call her name first. These are the comments people have said to me. I don't do that. I think we can enable this feature so you guys can see them. The only problem is it might be too distracting. It might be in the way of what I'm showing. So we might have to toy with it and see whether or not I like it, whether or not you guys like it going in the future, whatever. I know most of you guys, 99.9% of you, you wouldn't think anything like that. But some people come here and maybe they just have never participated in a sale like this. They're used to shopping online on websites or whatever. And so they don't understand how it works. And they just, I don't know, they think I have favorites. I'm telling you, I don't have favorites because you're all my favorite. Anyway, it would serve no purpose to put somebody in front of the line because if I'm here to sell things, it doesn't really matter to me who it's sold to, right? So why would I choose one person and put them to the front of the line? So if I enable this, you all can see exactly the order and we're going to test it out. On the TV, you can't read them. They're behind the comments. It might depend on your watching device. So let's test this out quick. You're not purchasing anything with this, but I am going to type in a practice go. And that way you guys can see what order you come in. Does that make sense? So we're going to pretend that we're buying something that every single person here wants. And we're going to see if you think if you come in on my screen on the little picture window, you're going to see whether you were first, second, third, or 10th or whatever you are compared to what your device shows. If it will show it to you that way, maybe it only shows it to me this way because I have a computer. We're going to see. Test round. It's just going to say test, go. Okay, so you're not buying anything, but pretend like you're buying something. Can't read them on an iPad? Okay. So I'm going to put in the test round now, and then we're going to talk about this feature. So there's the go. And if I show it here, oops, Pam, sorry, you jumped. It jumped because all of you guys came in. If I put the test go there, so I know you guys cannot scroll up and, at least I don't think you guys can scroll up and down, but do you see how many people came in and how quickly they came in? So that's everybody trying to come in. So did you see your name at all? On the TV, on the device, did you see your name at all? Because there's a lot of little me's in there right now. Type in whatever you want to see when you show up. Let's do it that way. And anyone watching right now is all seeing your name, and this will be here forever. So you also need to know that. I can't take down this chat. This is on screen and it is there forever as far as I know. So this makes our business public for everyone. No way too fast. Yeah, it does. It is very, very tiny. I will say that. But at least it's one way of, I'm not sure it will help necessarily either, but it's one way of explaining to people how that the comments that I see on my side that are time stamped are different in a different order than the comments you see on your YouTube or your Facebook or whatever you're watching on. So there is that where it'll show you guys in a different order. Hopefully you guys are seeing some of that on your device. I can't scroll what is on screen as far as I know. Let me see if I can scroll over here, and if that changes that. No, I don't want to delete it. I don't think it scrolls on screen. I think on screen it just comes in the order that it comes in. I know you guys trust me, but there's, like I said, there's new people and they just don't understand how it works. And they might think I'm just calling other people over them. And it's literally, it's not them trying to be mean or whatever. I think the majority of the time it's literally them not understanding how it works, because on their device it shows them like number 2 or number 3 or number 1. And it would be really hard, like, to come to a sale and see your name at the top of the list every time and then not get called. Of course you would think I'm just skipping you because you're new or whatever. So I get it. I totally understand. Yeah, I know that if you go out and it does refresh it for you, but a lot of people, they're afraid to do it or they don't want to do it or whatever. But that's something that we would then have to say to them to get them to do. And I was just trying to avoid some of the question, and you guys could see some of it too. So it would make sense if things were slow. But when I type in a go, and if there's a lot of people, it's still going to be the same thing where you may or may not see your name scroll across. I wish I could slow it down. I don't see a way to really control it at all. Hmm. Yeah, I don't really see. It may not be helpful to us. In fact, it may be hurtful to us. Like, I'm going to switch the camera for just a second so that we could see what it looks like. I'm testing you all live. Sorry. I'm going to switch the camera so we can see what it would look like. If I was showing you an item, so if I'm showing you books, and I don't usually put this on the screen either. Sorry. If I'm showing you a book and I'm all explaining it to you and whatever, that's just like down there in the way, you know? So it might be more annoying than anything because it's so small and you can't always see your name come in. So I don't know. It just may not be great. I guess it's possible. Can I click on it? I can't do that either. There's literally no controls for it. To me, it's more annoying. I'm kind of annoyed with it myself, but they make these new features and it's good to try them out. It's good to see what you guys think about them. So I'm going to enable something else now. I'm going to leave that enabled. Don't like it? Okay. It's so tiny. I know. You might be able to see like your little initial off to the side, like your little J, J, or D. You know what I'm seeing there? Okay, so let me enable something else quick and see what you guys think about this. So if we enable that, so now you guys should have some option at the bottom of your chat box to be able to like do a little emoji or a little heart or a little something. What does the extra little thing at the bottom of chat do for you guys? So do you guys like, don't like it. Do you like the new little thing in the chat box with the emojis and the hearts and the every other thing? Do you guys like that? Or do you guys find that super annoying in our sale? No, no, no. I'm just leaving it all out there so that you guys can be part of the process. Because I was thinking as I'm showing things, maybe you guys could let me know. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Whatever. Like, I guess there's not really a not like, but I don't know. We've always just taken the little emoji thing away because it covered up part of the chat or made the chat too annoying or whatever. But it looks like I'm gonna take an actual vote here in a second. Well, I was thinking it would let me know if you guys were really into something or not really into something. Like if I didn't see a bunch of hearts, I would be like, well, they're not really into this. But if I see a bunch of hearts, then I know you guys are really into it. Meaning you want to see more of it or you want to see less of it. Do you want me to take my time showing it or do you want me just to hurry it up and move on? And I could just take your guys' little temperature with the emojis. Distracting. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to vote on the on-screen comments, and it doesn't mean we're getting it or not getting it. I want to know how much you like the on-screen comments in the order that I can see, because you guys can already see this, but how many of you guys like seeing it in the order I can see it in? Have not been able to use. It does depend on the platform that you're watching or the device you're watching me on. So if you're watching me on a different device, it may not show you any of these features. So yes or no for on-screen comments. Yes or no? On-screen comments. Like, yes. Don't like, no. Unnecessary, yes. Too tiny, no, no. Rather trust me, no, no, no. Looks like no's are going to have it. I don't like it. You like seeing it? No. Doesn't matter. Yes, no, 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 yes, yes, no. It's too fast and too small. No, no. It's almost split, guys. It really is close. I think the no's are having it, but it's pretty split. Maybe we'll just turn it on if somebody says that, like, hey, whatever, you missed me or whatever, maybe I could turn it on for just a little bit so that they could see the comments are coming in a different order. I don't know. Too fast and too tiny. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to make a huge difference, but anyway, so there's that. You guys are pretty much saying no to the on-screen comments, although a lot of you guys said yes to them. And so then next, and it might be like coming and going feature. Next, we need to know on the emojis. Emojis yes or emojis no. And thank you all for participating in the process. It would be good. Yes, it would. If you could actually see the names, because it was a small little list, it would be. I agree. Okay, starting here. You like the emojis? I'm seeing no, 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 no. Yes, no. You want to watch me put the paper? Yes, no, 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 yes, no, no. Doesn't matter. No, no, yes, no, no. Maybe if a heart helps me. No. Cute sets the temperature. Yes. I get it. Doesn't help you? No. Doesn't matter? No. Covers up part of the chat? It does. And that the problem with using it in the past is that it can be distracting from the go. And so you may miss the go. So that's why we don't usually use it. Some people like it, some people don't. It's good for me to know though. So I'm going to turn that off. We don't need to see that anymore. And I'm going to go back here to this one and turn that off. And that off and save. Okie doke. So there, it all should be fixed for you guys. Let me know if it is not fixed. You've had a hard enough time seeing? I know. They don't like change, and I don't like it either, so I'm with them. It's very hard. Change is very hard. We have a lot of changes going on around here, though. So I can't afford to be like, oh, I'm set in my ways. Okay, so I'm going to switch this camera back one last time. We're all good there. Fixed it. Perfect. It took away it. Yep. All right, guys. So with that, I think that's all the testing I have for you tonight. I guess next Tuesday will be a bigger test. Just bear with me. That's all I can say. Trust me, I'm trying to make as many improvements and as quick as I can because I know that some people are frustrated. And for those of you who have been with me for a very long time, part of the frustration is it is super busy and crowded at times. And while that might be beneficial to me, it is less beneficial to you. So I am also working on solutions to kind of help ease some of that traffic so that there isn't such disappointment and also rush and that kind of a thing. So I am working on lots of things back there, but I am also working on getting everything done for you guys and shipped and all that kind of stuff. So I never take anyone's money until I am actually shipping your package. When you get invoiced, that's because your package is ready to go. You'll also have a tracking number. I had fixed the label situation that was going on with Italian paper. So that's all good now. I really just need to invest in 2 label printers, but other than that, we're good. So everything should be fine. I would not expect an invoice for tonight. I would expect an invoice for tonight's purchases. For everything that has been sold prior to tonight, I would not expect one for a couple of days. I am still actively working on getting those invoices built, and that does take some time because, like I said, the problem with waiting a couple of weeks is the list of packages and names just grows and grows and grows. So problems for me to figure out. Lurking. Lurking is totally fine because this is a lot of window shopping and just looking and seeing and all that kind of stuff. This is the kind of sale that I would like to just have on while I'm crafting because I can see all the eye candy, beautiful things, learn about them, whatever. And then, when the time is right, I buy something. I might find it somewhere else. At least you know about it. At least you know it exists and it's possible, right? Before I knew, very quickly, I need water. But before, when you see me licking my lips incessantly, before I knew all the things about French paper, I didn't know they existed, right? I didn't know that those big, beautiful, gigantic French checks existed. I didn't know that we could get as much French paper over here as I have been able to. I didn't know a whole big bunch of things. And it was only from, slowly over time learning, all the stuff. So, it's good to watch and just hang out and learn too. Thank you guys for tonight. Honestly, thank you. I really appreciate it. You helped me out a big bunch and it was kind of fun. I really enjoy the unpaid orders, and it's it's tweaked something where I think we need to have a random sale occasionally that is just fun. That is just I don't know, better deals, yes, but just more fun, less I don't know, fast paced. I don't know how to say it because you guys want fast paced, but I don't know how to say it, but more like tonight, where we're just doing things that are less stressful for me and more fun. So let's do that for less stress for you and more fun for you. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. And I will see you guys. You'll see me tomorrow, but I will see you guys on Friday and we'll do a live. You guys are the best. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Seriously. It is so nice to have friends just to craft with and hang out with, and we all like the same thing and we all do the same thing. We make junk journals. It's extremely fun. And thanks for the challenge in the Facebook group. I forgot to mention it. You guys are still going strong with that. And also, you guys rebounded from whatever happened. I don't know if it was a news cycle or what, but on YouTube, whenever there's a big news cycle where there's like a whole big bunch of news, people watch YouTube videos less because they're watching the news more. They have less time. They're looking at news things on the internet, right? So that all rebounded, and you guys have watched the heck out of the last few YouTube videos. And so thank you for that. I appreciate that very much. That definitely rebounded completely. Subscribers are up. Members of the Facebook group are up. You guys are just like, you're outpacing me at every step of the way. And I appreciate you so much. I thank you for that so much. And just know that I am working my tail off trying to keep up with you guys. Thank you very much. I hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you guys on Friday. Bye, guys.